Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Jackson Hole High School sports live stream broadcast from Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network. For Jackson Hole Radio, I'm Jake. Mac is here, Kimmy K is here, and Kelly Walsh is here. That's all we need for a party, huh, Mac?
Oh, yes, it's good to be back. It's so fun to watch high school basketball here in the state of Wyoming. Love it. This is like the start of conference play. We had the home opener against Teton, and now Kelly Walsh and Natrona. This should be a very fun weekend all around.
Yeah, we dig right into the season. We've had some early season tournaments, then the holiday break. It feels like right now we're going to start getting into the rhythm of the season, and we'll see what both these boys and girls have. Kelly Walsh is in town. It's Kelly Walsh, Jackson. We're live here at Jackson Hole Gymnasium. Jackson Lumber is helping us out this afternoon with Jackson's original board store, Town Square Inns of Jackson Hole. That includes the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, and 49er Inn and Suites. Big O Tires, a reputation you can ride on. They're at the Target Plaza. WYDOT, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, keeping our highways safe and hopefully cleared off today. Be careful driving. In fact, don't drive. Just watch the game right here. Blue Spruce Cleaners, green, affordable, convenient, and friendly dry cleaning service. We got a few fancy new things since you joined us last, Mac. Mac Fairbairn, of course, if you didn't know, you're not long out of the program. It seems like yesterday.
It really does. Yeah, it's already, this is the second year of winter sports that I haven't been playing in. 2025 winter season. I graduated in 2023. So, yeah, it's already been 2 years. I can't believe it.
We'll talk a little bit about your departure, and then the year after we lost the Fab Four or the Fab Five, and there's no question the boys program is in a rebuild. No question they could use you suiting up again, Mac. Maybe just sneak down there and put on some shorts and get back after it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the girls are trending the other way. The girls are actually got arrow up, and I'm really excited about this girls team. You knew it was going to happen because, quite honestly, the last 2-3 years, you couldn't play much worse. They were just so young, and even the ones who were sophomores, let's say, didn't have much basketball experience, if any. They were just so raw. But they're better now, Mac. Oh, my.
Oh, yes, and it helps when you have a long off season to work on skills and work on fundamentals. And I think the girls have really shown together. Like, I remember every year going to the 3-on-3 tournament in Thermopolis, famous 3-on-3 tournament in Wyoming, and there'd be 3 or 4 or 5 teams from Wyoming going and actually getting some wins in Thermopolis against other competition in Wyoming. So I know they're working hard. They're trying to win. They want to win so badly. And it's really awesome to see just the desire that they have. And you could tell it's showing on the court. They're scoring more, a lot more.
Yeah, they're scoring more. They're defending better. They're just playing with more poise. The players that started on the varsity program as freshmen out of desperation because there was no one else are now sophomores and juniors, and they look so much better for the time on the floor, so much more poised. And then you've got some newcomers that are pushing what we'll call the veterans, a couple of sophomores that make life really exciting. There's a lot of reasons to be excited. Brand new head coach, Olivia Bingham. Girls are ready to tap here in a little bit. We're watching, who is this, JV girls finishing up here?
Yes, there's about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I heard the JV girls won the other day, but we're still waiting for that elusive varsity win. I don't want to belabor the point. Who's counting? I am. It's yes. 63 by now. That's unofficial, but 63 by my count. 63 consecutive losses without a win for the Jackson Lady Broncs. It's been a long, long time. I'm going back to December 18th, 2021 over Teton, the last time these Lady Broncs celebrated a win. But yeah, that's going way, way back, and we're waiting. I think that W's coming this season.
I think so, too. And I remember that last game. That was when Rachel Noyce and you had...
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I already forgot her name. I can't believe
Max
I forgot her name.
got a good memory.
Sam Revel's sister, Annie Revel, I think is her name.
Yeah, who continues to play. She's out in California playing.
That's right. And so that was a solid team. They started the season 2-2. I remember that year. And I also remember that game. That is a very vivid memory because that was when the boys played Teton. I was a junior in high school.
Yeah.
Boys played Teton. First home game. We had I think, 10-point lead. We have a very quick start, and we lost the lead and lost that game in the last 2 minutes.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a heartbreaker.
I sort of remember. Teton has been a really good litmus test as far as the boys in both basketball and football. I think it's a great way to start the season. Teton always seems to be about as good as Jackson. It's very even. And, yeah, they've always been competitive, tough games on the basketball court, on the football field. It's a fun way to start the season. We'll be over there in Driggs in another week or so to return the favor, the home
Isn't
and
it
home.
Monday?
Is it
It's
next
Monday.
week? Okay, well, sooner than I thought. Yeah, we'll be right back over there in Idaho to play that one. Both the boys and girls lost to Driggs right here on this home court back before the holiday break. The early tournaments weren't very friendly to the girls or boys. Still, nobody has won. Girls and the boys, both 0 on the season. Both came up empty in that early tournament in Riverton, Casper. They were in Idaho Falls just last time. What is it like, Mac, to play those early season tournaments when you've barely practiced? You hardly even know each other as teammates, and you're out playing these tournaments.
It's definitely tough. When I was a senior, we didn't go to Idaho Falls, so it was actually last season when the first time Jackson went to Idaho Falls during that Christmas season break, and it's definitely tough. Idaho, obviously a higher populated state. You're going to have bigger schools like Idaho Falls, Rigby. There's a lot of high schools in Idaho Falls, and they're all 4, 5, or even 6A as Idaho Falls moved to 6A this year. And it's just a lot of more population, so obviously talent level is going to be higher, and it's going to be harder to win games.
Yeah, tougher competition. I think our early assessment right now on the boys' side of things is everyone's kind of in a rebuild year. Evanston looks the best in the West, quite honestly, in the 4A West. Star Valley's in a rebuild year. So is Jackson. Cody is goodbye, good riddance, out of conference. So, yeah, it's wide open, and nobody's really got a loaded, stacked team. Everybody seems to be reloading this 24-25 season. And as far as the girls, I think this weekend and maybe against Star Valley or certain teams I think the Lady Broncs can play with, and that win that we've been waiting for, I think it's coming this year. These girls playing really well under head coach Olivia Bingham. Let's take a quick break and we'll set the scene. The JV game is just wrapped up. We'll come back and we'll talk about the girls game first. Girls, boys, back-to-back right here on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Cashmere, silk, down, or denim, Blue Spruce Cleaners is where you take them. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager and happy to serve you in 2 locations and on the road with daily pickup and delivery service and expert tailoring on site. We offer the best in green, effective, and gentle cleaning with Green Earth Cleaning and professional laundry for your sweaters, gowns, comforters, and linens. Blue Spruce Cleaners is a recognized reduce, reuse, recycle business leader, providing green, affordable, and friendly service to our community for over 20 years. Whatever the season, whatever the reason, Blue Spruce Cleaners.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Jackson Hole High School Sports on KZ95.
We're here live, Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium, awaiting the start. Kelly Walsh, we got an all Casper weekend. Trojans here today, and then We got those. What's Trona? Mustangs?
Mustangs. Yep,
Okay.
same colors as we are, orange and black.
Oh, I do remember that.
We got. We'll be on the air for that one tomorrow. So yeah, an all Casper kind of weekend here in Jackson. A couple of home games. That'll feel nice. For the girls, let's catch you up with what's happened since we left you last. Head coach Olivia Bingham in her first year, but she's familiar to the girls. She's been on the bench for years. They all know her. Jackson's 0-6 on the season. You'll see some places where it shows they have a win, and that's just incorrect. That's wishful thinking, maybe. They do not have a win. They're 0-6, riding, of course, a 6-game losing streak this season, and by my count, 63 straight for all time. For how many? Going back to 2018. The offense is better. You remember last year, the year before, this is a team that averaged sometimes single digits, Mac. Like, that's not going to win you many basketball games.
Yes, it's definitely tough to win, especially, unfortunately, when the defense may struggle as well when other teams. There were times when Cody, obviously the best team in the state last year, was score 70 to 80 points, so the score was very lopsided. It's always tough to come from those, but I also love the resilience of this girls' team, just how they just don't look at the score and they pretend it doesn't happen and use that to motivate them to get better, and that's what they've been doing, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, and it's finally paying off. I mean, there's some seniors that are graduated out that never got to see the fruits of that labor, but there's some that are still here that have been long suffering, and it's starting to come together. Offensively, this team scores about 25.7 points a game. That's still dead last in the 4A, but it's a lot better than single digit. A lot better. Some nights this team would score 5.7 points for an entire game. 25, hey, that's pretty good. They're shooting better. 23% of their shots made. That's a positive sign. It still trails the pack and the rest of the crew. About 19% from beyond the arc. Defense has also gotten better. They surrender 50 points a game. That's ranked 13, so that means there's a couple teams worse. And rebounding is not bad. 17 rebounds a game puts them ranked 14th. These girls just getting better and better. Go to the keys of the game in a minute on what I think they need to do to win this. But first, let's take a look at the opponents. The Kelly Walsh Lady Trojans come into this game with 1 win, 8 losses. They're ranked 12th out of 14 teams in the 4A, riding an 8-game losing streak. So it's been tough over there for the Lady Trojans as well. This is a young team that had some promising players last year and then aren't on the team this year, and they didn't graduate. I asked the coach what happened to there's one freshman last year. She's 5'10", Lillian Hudson. She would I thought, as a sophomore, she'd be somebody you build around, but she decided to run track, indoor track, I guess, and play volleyball. But it's a young team led by Kennedy Davila, the senior. She's the point guard. She's the girl with the handles. And then you got some girls inside that are going to make life tough, and that's Caden Curry and Makia Humphreys. They both have some pretty good size. Rayma Green as well. They will challenge Mads Holland and some of the other girls with size on the Lady Bronx. They can play in, out, but they don't do anything great. Certainly the Lady Bronx could probably play with them, you would think.
Yes, I think the only problem, I remember Kennedy Davila from last year.
She's good.
And I remember watching Kelly Walsh last year in regionals, and they were definitely a force to be reckoned with. They might be taking a step back this season, and this is a very winnable game for these Lady Bronx. It will be very fun to watch. I think it's all going to come down to defense, of course, like every game, but stopping Kennedy Davila, who's putting up 13 points a game, is a huge factor in whether you win or lose. If you could shut down Davila with Bosch or Fowler guarding that guard position, I think it could make a huge difference.
I think you can. She is slippery. She's tough. Everything comes from her. But I'm telling you, watch out for number 12 and number 13. They play a real good down-low post game, and they could be the highlights. Kayla Gilliam runs the show as the coach. And look at these numbers, very similar. Both these teams defensively, very similar. Kelly Walsh gives up about 49 points a game, Jackson 50. So defensively, they're right in line. Offensively, neither team is great. Kelly Walsh scores about 32 points a game, ranked them 11th. They don't shoot terribly well. I mean, this is an evenly matched kind of game, you would have to think, on paper. The all-time record between these two teams, well, if Jackson Lady Bronx were to get a win, it'd be the first time they beat Kelly Walsh in the latest history since the numbers go back. Plus, it would be the first win, obviously, in 63 tries. So a win here would be huge. I'll come right back, tell you the keys of the game and what the Lady Bronx got to do to secure a victory here against the Trojans. You're enjoying the pregame show, the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Let's get back to the live action on KZ95. Here's Jake Nichols.
It's Jake, Mac, Kimmy, Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network, and keys to the game for the girls. Make the Trojans small. I think you want to play small ball with them. Jackson really, I mean, neither team has bigs, but the Trojans can play big, and it's the two I was talking about, maybe three. Curry, Brecken Fago is also pretty hard on the glass. Makia Humphreys leads this team in rebounding, and Rayma Green, they all play a good inside game. I don't think you want to get into that kind of a game with them. Make the Trojans play small ball with you. I think Jackson can do better with that. The other key, slow the tempo. Always with a team, Mac, that's young, that tends to view the game as going faster than they want it to go. Slow it down. Even if you get on a run here at home and you feel some energy, slow this step. This is one team that I think will play at the same pace with Jackson. You know, when you play some of those Tetons and the Codys, they can make the game go so fast and you cough it up. I think go slow, and I think Kelly Walsh will go slow with you.
Yes, and that's a strategy Jackson should incorporate every game, because while their defense has been solid, it's not the best defense in the world, but it's been solid, and it's about the same level as Kelly Walsh. Jackson, while both teams struggle offensively, they're not putting up 30, 40, or 50 points a game. It's going to be a game I expect to see in the 20s or 30s. That's when you should slow it down, and that is your highest chance of winning this game, by not allowing Kelly Walsh to score. If you slow your offense down, longer possessions is a must.
I hear you. And finally, win each quarter. Set a achievable goal and just shoot for winning each quarter. Try to win quarter one. Try to win quarter two. And before you know it, when you get to quarter four, if the math is mathin', you might have that win. That's how I'm looking at it. Let's have the girls introduce themselves, and we'll get ready for tap time.
Ari Fowler, sophomore. Ashlyn Chamberlain, junior. Ola Fermanagh, sophomore. Hayden Blog, junior.
Maria Garcia, senior.
Zoe Bosch, junior.
Allison Birchup, senior.
Lucy Webb, senior. Mads Holland, senior. Shiloh Nava, senior. Trinity Green, junior. Kat Ankney, senior. Farley Rommel, junior.
You're in a sling. That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good. But we'll see. The good thing about this team actually is they're pretty deep. The starting five, and they can go 4 or 5 into the bench. National anthem will get this one started.
The
All right. National anthem courtesy of Mads Holland, who we'll also see, I would imagine, in the starting lineup. We'll see here in a minute. The senior forward. Let's get a look at these Kelly Walsh starters. Obviously, we're looking for the senior Kennedy Davila. And we do see her getting the starting nod. Brecken Fago, the junior, averaging 3 points, will start. Caden Curry, senior, she's trouble down low in the paint. Now I can see she's sizable. So is Makia Humphreys, the 5'7 junior and top rebounder on the team. And finally, Rayma Green, the senior. They play tough inside, Mac, and I think you just don't want to get into that kind of game with them.
No, you want to force Kelly Walsh to become the shooters and close out hard.
I like that idea. Starting lineup for the Jackson Bronx. They got a couple of youngsters that were freshmen last year that were really exciting, and they're already looking good on the varsity team. Ari Fowler, the 5'9 sophomore, gets a start, along with Allison Burcham, the 5'5 senior. Mads Holland, averaging 4 points a game, gets the go. 5'7 senior. And who am I missing? Lucy Webb. And where is Zoe Bosch, I'm wondering. A lot of sickness going around this time of year.
Yes,
so
that's what I've heard.
She's down there.
She is on the bench. Maybe she's on a pitch count, perhaps, for illness. I don't know. But without Bosch, we've seen that these Lady Bronx really need somebody who's going to be the ball handler. Bosch just brings this team up the court every time. And when she's not on the floor, it's noticeable. Jackson in their home whites. Kelly Walsh in the road greens. Kelly Walsh wins the tap. And they have the ball. Walking at Kennedy Davila over to Brecken Fago. Fago far side corner to Humphreys. Back out to Curry. And now Davila. And she misses, but the offensive rebound. Davila averaging 13 a game. She's their shooter for the most part. She's got the ball now. Lets one go from three. She's off the mark again. Got to take advantage of Davila cold early, but that's two offensive boards. Fago tracks that one down. That's bad news, Mac.
Yes, Jackson has not had a single box out yet to start this game, and that's why Kelly Walsh got those rebounds.
Curry kicks it out to Fago. She missed, and finally a board, and it's Holland. Now bringing it up court is Webb over to Fowler. Ari Fowler got that dead eye from three. She's going to try it. Ari Fowler. Well, she used glass. That counts.
And she was ready to shoot. That's a big, important step.
Definitely. Inside, Brecken Fago got lost in the shuffle, and an easy layup for her. So Kelly Walsh answers. It's 3-2. Trojans showing a little bit of pressure here. See if they can bobble one out of Lucy Webb's hands, but they can't. She underhands it back to Mads Holland. She's going to try on that far block. Now it's Burcham off the glass. No good. Rebound bounced around. Hold on. And Fago, I thought she didn't secure it. Lucy Webb steals it away. But her shot is short, and Green comes down with the rebound. 3-2. Jackson up, courtesy of the triple from Fowler. Here's Davila doing her thing, driving the right lane. No good with a layup. And Kennedy is 0 for 3 in the early going.
Yep, Jackson knows who's their guard. She's the leading scorer. They're going to keep a sharp eye on Davila.
Rayma Green will inbounds underneath her own basket. Burcham watching her. Green looks around, trying to find somebody popping open. And that somebody is right under the basket. Too easy. Caden Curry puts it in, and it's 4-3, Kelly Walsh. Webb to Ari Fowler. It's going to be Fowler and Webb. We've got to get this ball across the timeline in the absence of Zoe Bosch. Now it's off of Kat Ankeny out of bounds, and a turnover to the Trojans. And here's where you miss the steady poise and the handles of Bosch.
Yes, and I was about to say, though, even though Jackson resulted in the turnover, they're doing a lot better breaking the press.
Davila from long range, no good off the back iron, but the rebound secured by Curry. Kicks it out to Fago. Her shot is long, and the rebound Fowler. Wow. So right now, Trojans coming out a little off the mark from distance. Here's Burcham. She'll let one fly. That's no good. Rebound right to Fowler. The foul up. Good! Fowler. She's going for another three, and it's Ari 6, Kelly Walsh 4.
And she shoots just like AJ, too, her brother.
She does. Bounce pass stolen away by Fowler. Was intended for Curry and never got there. Ari read it, stole it. And it's Lucy Webb. Jackson up 2 with a chance to add. Ankeny baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound by Makia Humphreys. Kicks it to Davia. Let's see if she can get going here for the Trojans. Whips it out to Rayma Green. She drives, attracts a lot of attention, and the travel. Boy, that was 4 Lady Broncs all over Rayma Green.
Yes, that was fantastic defense, really collapsing and forcing the travel.
Good D from Jackson early. Fowler and Webb play pitch and catch in the backcourt. And Trojans looking to trap, and they get the turnover. Kennedy Davia got a hand on it, bounced it right to Humphreys. Davia tries from 3 again and misses again. Kick out. This is going to be Rayma Green. She's no good. And the rebound is off the hands of Mads Holland.
And Jackson, you know, they just got to grab those rebounds with 2 hands. They're getting a lot of pokes. They're trying to stop Kelly Walsh from getting those rebounds, but they got to grab it with 2. That's the first part of getting a rebound.
Really good point, Mac, because the lack of rebounding is killing them right now. The Trojans are just off with their shooting. Another miss from Davila. The putback from Green misses. And if not for the offensive rebounding of the Trojans, Jackson could be taking advantage of this slow start for the Green machine, but not quite yet. Fowler's pass is picked off, and now it's going to be Green and Holland bumping each other. What do they call it? That's on Green.
Yep, that's
Okay. We'll take it. First foul of the game is on Rayma Green of Kelly Walsh. Webb to Fowler. Ari Fowler with 2 triples has been the difference. There's Ankeny, and she's a little strong with that baseline jumper. No good. Rebound, Kelly Walsh. Davila goes down. That was unintentional tripping. Burcham, she stepped on Burcham's sneaker or the other way around. That's too bad. And they don't call anything? Did they?
I think the foul was on Burcham.
Okay.
Davila just went down to the floor, and it was good sportsmanship by Burcham to make sure Davila was okay.
It was, and it was totally unintentional. Some substitutions here for Kelly Walsh. We're seeing Cedar Smith, her first action, I see. And Miley Morrison, the sophomore, also in there. This is Rayma Green. Inside to Curry, kicks it back out, or rather Fago. Now kick back outside to Villa. And Kennedy's so not feeling it. She's not even thinking of shooting right now. But maybe Rayma will. Green puts one up. She really had to earn that shot. It's no good. And the rebound is Burcham and Morrison wrestling for it. And the arrow is in favor of the home team. 6-4. Lady Broncs lead this. Win each quarter. And they're doing so far. Lucy Webb doing it without Zoe Bosch on the floor. Fowler from way back. Oh, my. Ari Fowler making it rain up in here. 3 threes.
And you could
a timeout.
Yeah, you could just see how excited the Jackson bench is for Ari. That's awesome.
It is. It's been the Fowler show. We'll go to the... we're upside down. I do it. I honestly do not know how that happened. It plagues me wherever I go, the upside down. Okay, that's almost good. Now we got to flip it. Whatchamacallit. What a start. It's 9-4. All Jackson's 9 points. 3 threes from Ari Fowler. And as Mac pointed out, a little something she might have learned from brother AJ. Man.
Yes, this is a big reminder of when AJ had 7 threes against Lander, had the school record until Seb broke it last year. But when AJ was hitting those 7 threes, it's very familiar of what Ari's doing. She already has 3 threes fallen.
Oh, she's red hot. You got to ride that. And Kelly Walsh, meanwhile, calls the timeout to identify number 0 and just don't let her have the ball. Might be the good way to do that. There's a Jackson
good
steal. Mads Holland takes it away up to Ari Fowler. Davia immediately on her. Pass to Burcham cross court. She's double teamed. Looking to kick it out and get saved. She does. Lucy Webb just happened to be right there. Webb pulls up her dribble to Burcham. Burcham, nice pump fake. Now going to drive. Double team. She goes down and a charge. They're going to say that Cedar Smith, the sophomore, was set. I think it was a good call. But I like Burcham. Yeah, that's quick, too, on Burcham. That was a foul of try, at least. I love drive. I love the attack, you know?
Yes, and Burcham's always been great at that. She loves that fake and that drive, and she can get good looks.
2:49 to go in the first. Jackson up 5. Trojans with the ball. It's Davila. Works it inside to Humphreys. Kick out. Curry. Now far side Green. Green back to Humphreys. Now Davila. Kennedy going to try it. Right block, and she missed again. But the rebound, Trojans. It was Miley Morrison. Davila from 3. Yes, and there is your worst nightmare. I mean, shooters keep shooting, don't they, Mac?
Yes, I was about to say, I like how Davila doesn't care if she's over 50 or 50 for 50. She's still going to shoot it.
Easy turnover and a layup from Rayma Green, and just like that, we're tied at 9. All it took was Davila making one. There's another steal. The reach in by Davila, and now she's going to fumble it off her own self. Kennedy Davila, though, started 0 for the first quarter and then finally hit. And look how it energized this Green machine team as Fowler's in trouble. Got Green all over her. And I think Rayma might have got handsy. No, they're going to call it on Makia Humph. No, it is Green, and that's her second. And that'll be it for her as Coach Gilliam is going to go get Green, who is one of those presents inside. She's tough. Ari Fowler, does she try to trigger one again? No, hands it off to Webb inside to Holland. Holland, kick out to Ankinen. She likes this baseline jumper, but she's 0 for 2 from the far side. Maybe this side will work better. Oh, now the giveaway. Davila. It's going to be all by herself. Ari Fowler gets there and did just enough. She took the foul, but it was worth it, I guess, to get only your first. She did not want Kennedy to have an uncontested layup. She got there late, though, and made contact.
But that was the smart thing by Fowler, to keep both hands up and just try and not to foul, even though she did end up getting the foul.
Yeah, and I don't wonder if Davila didn't, do that intentional, I'm going to go up into you kind of layup. And she missed the layup, but drew the foul. She missed the first free throw. Second one, missed that as well. Kennedy not feeling it right now. She's a 63% free throw shooter, leading scorer on this team, and she has just that 1 3. She's been cold to start. Ankeny comes out. We get our first look at who is 10. I'm going to have to go deep into my roster. Jacqueline Strickland, who I like. She's got good length, 5'9".
Call her Jax.
Yep.
Jax, okay.
That's what they call her, Jax.
I could do that. Jackson ball, we're tied at 9. Minute 25 to go in the opening frame. Webb gets it to Ari Fowler. Inside, wide open. Up and in, Trinity Green. That's a nice passing back.
And that's a great fast break. Easy high percentage points right there. A nice left-handed layup. I love it.
Yes. Trinity was all alone under the basket. And a nice pass to find her. Easy layup. And another. Jax knocks it out of bounds. Twice now, the Bronx have brought a little full court pressure, and twice they've got a hand on the ball. They're making life interesting for Kelly Walsh. Minute 12 to go in the first. 11-9, Jackson lead. Miley Morrison looking to trigger in. Bounce pass to Makia Humphreys. She goes over to Kennedy Davila. They want the ball in her hands every time up the court. She's got the handles. Webb watching her. Davila with a crossover dribble, far side Morrison. Bounce pass inside, look out. And the missed shot. That's Caden Curry, but she missed it. And I can't imagine the Trojans are going to be this cold all afternoon. You've got to make points here if you're Jackson to take advantage of a team that isn't shooting well to start.
Absolutely.
Kelly Walsh ball. Morrison gets it into Fago. Fago way up high to Davila. Now back inside to Curry. And the kick out. That's Morrison. No good. Rebound tracked down by the Trojans again, but out of bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Kelly Walsh right now is getting to too many offensive boards. And if you're Coach Bingham, that's got to be the next thing you address when you call a timeout. They have got to hit the glass harder.
Yes.
On defense. Meanwhile, we get a foul here as Trinity Green got tripped up. And with the reach in, it's Kennedy Davila, her first foul. Team third. Both teams have 3 now. We're down to under 40 to go in the first. Jackson up by a bucket. Webb puts a move on Morrison. Now kicks it over to Trinity Green. Trinity, she'll try wide open down the lane, and now knocked out of bounds by Kennedy Davila. Boy, I think Trinity saw the seas part. She couldn't believe it. And then Kennedy caught her. But she knocked it out of bounds. Jackson ball, plenty of time. 27 seconds. Webb into Fowler. She says, why not? 3, rattles in and out. No good. Nakia Humphreys with the big board. Gets it to Davila. She takes a look back at Coach Gilliam. Calls the play. Takes a look up at the clock. 14 seconds. Davila wide open into Fago. Her shot no good. Hollins with the rebound, but she lost it. Back out Morrison. Davila at the buzzer. That won't go either. And Fowler will grab the rebound, and that's how we'll end it. All right. After 1, it's Jackson 11, Kelly Walsh 9. We'll be right back with the second quarter. After this, it's Jackson Hole Bronx basketball on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
The fastest internet in Jackson is coming your way. For a limited time, Silver Light Fiber Network is constructing fiber internet to homes in Jackson for free. Pick between 4 internet providers and swap at any time. See if you're in Silver Light's current area and check out which neighborhood is next at silverlight-fiber.com.
Yeah, so far so good for Jackson, up 11-9 over Kelly Walsh. Kelly Walsh did not shoot well in the first. Jackson could have took more advantage of that, but we got the lead.
Yes, they won the first quarter, like you said. You emphasize that. Jackson, that is probably the best quarter I've ever seen in the last 3 years. That is the best quarter I've seen from these Bronx. They're getting stops, and they did it all without Zoe Bosch, who's now in the game for the first time. This will be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's Bosch, Fowler, Webb, Holland, Ankeny for the Bronx. Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes it's disciplinary when you sit out a whole quarter. Maybe Zoe missed a practice. I don't want to put anything on you, Zoe, but for whatever reason, she sat out the first 8, and she's a difference maker for Jackson. So let's see what the Bronx can do with Bosch now back in the lineup.
Maybe she sat out because she was sick.
We also have not seen Olive Furmanek. Oh, Zoe Bosch! And it didn't take Zoe long to make her presence felt. What a hook shot that was.
And that was very clever. Got it with the fake and then had the easy layup.
Davila, dangerous pass, almost picked off as Humphreys secures it. Trojans trying to answer here, down 2 scores. And a ball out of bounds off Jackson. Inbounds coming from Nakia Humphreys, the 5'7" junior, averaging a little over 4 points a game. She's been strong on the board. She'll try a 3, and that's short. And Zoe Bosch with a backdoor rebound, but lost the handle to Davila, who saves it. Are you kidding me? Oh, my, she scooped it to Morrison, a no-look scoop behind the back. Now a pass stolen by Zoe Bosch, and slow it down, Zoe. That was one of our keys to the game. She does. Gets a nice screen from Webb. Oh, reach in there by Morrison. No call. And a pass to Holland, knocked out of bounds by Caden Curry. 13-9. Jackson leads, just underway here in the second. Good start for the Lady Bronx. Zoe Bosch bounce pass into Ari Fowler. Fowler looking for help with a pick. She's going to dish it inside to Webb. Lucy lost the handle, and it's off her hands, out of bounds. Lucy Law's running that baseline, Kimmy. You noticed that a couple games back, that T-Town. Lucy She likes working that baseline. She gets
She's
lost back there.
Like right underneath the
Yeah.
basket, and then you're like, where'd she come from?
They were trying something with her there, but she just lost the handle. Now Morrison almost lost it. She's going to drive. Her shot, no good. Rebound Morrison, now taken away. Zoe Bosch says, I'll take that thing. Look out. Morrison almost took it back. Now Zoe working on Miley Morrison. Zoe flashing some moves, lost the handle. Stolen away by Humphreys. Davila behind the back, dribble to get away from Fowler. Cross-court pass to Morrison. Being watched by Ankeny. Inside shot, no good by Fago. And another tough rebounding battle. Makia Humphreys. We said that Holland and maybe Ankeny, some of the Lady Bronc taller girls were going to be in for it today against Fago, Curry, Humphreys, Green. They play a tough inside game. They rebound well, Mac.
Yes, they do. And Zoe already does have 2 rebounds, so her presence is definitely felt not just from scoring.
True. Davia making some kind of work out Webb. Pass over to Caden Curry. She's going to launch a long. Actually, that comes from Olivia Spires, who's in the game, a long 3. And she's off the mark.
Oh, that was on Mads.
The foul on Mads Holland. Boy, I'm trying to think of who on the Lady Bronx is going to be able to take fouls and play down low post with these Kelly Walsh forwards, and I just don't know. Outside of Mads, who now steals it away. She's going to be critical getting to the end of the game. Stay out of foul trouble. They need Mads Holland on the floor. Here's Zoe Bosch, picks up a double team, looking for help now. Finally gets it from Webb. Lucy walks to that far elbow. And now fires one to Holland. She'll let it go, and it's just short. Saved from out of bounds. Ari took a finger in the eye from Davia. She's hurt. She's hurt and out of the play. The referee does not see it.
Nope.
And Davia coming the other way for Kelly Walsh. She dishes to Fago. Shot missed. Rebound Jackson. Fowler shook it off. She's going to have a tearing up eye. She's still trying to get that right eye clear. Nice spin move by Zoe as she tries to get away from Davia. Just can't do it, but she does draw the foul, and Kennedy didn't like that. If it's on her, it is.
Yeah, it was like Ari's asking to come out.
Yeah, Ari's got to clear that eye. I don't know if she wears contacts or what, but she took Kennedy's finger right in the eye. Inadvertent. 5 minutes to go in the half. Jackson up 13-9. Jackson ball. Bosch to Webb. We finally got our first points from Jackson that did not include number 0. Zoe Bosch has put her 2 on the board. Pass to Zoe. All she could do was save it from going out of bounds. It was off the mark. Up ahead to Cedar Smith. She tries a very tough shot. Trinity was all over her. And Green's going to draw the foul. That was a prayer right there.
And it's very interesting. Kelly Walsh has been in the fast break. They've drawn 2 fouls, but they haven't really looked like fouls to me. It's been interesting calls.
Yeah, nothing blatant. That is a foul on Trinity Green, her first. Here's Rayma Green looking to inbounds for Kelly Walsh. Way up high to Davia. Got Lucy Webb on her. Kennedy whips a one-handed pass to Green. She tries the lane, now kick back to Davia. Long 3, in and out, no good. And Trinity Green goes skyward for that rebound, pulls it down. She was way up there, Mac.
Oh, yes. Jackson now totally winning the rebounding battle, at least for the quarter. And that's why Kelly Walsh is still scoreless 3 minutes in.
Yeah, it was probably a little chat after the first 8 from head coach Olivia Bingham. You got to rebound better, girls, and the message got through. Here's Zoe Bosch inbounds here. 4:23 to go in the half. Jackson up 13-9. That ball kicked out of bounds, I think, by Kennedy. And we'll try it again. Harley Rommel seeing her first action in there for Jackson. She has the ball now. Harley with Rayma Green on her to Zoe Bosch. Oh, the pass for Webb is over her head, coming the other way. Oh, in trouble from Makia Humphreys, who lost it out of bounds. She was maybe felt footsteps from behind or heard footsteps. And she had a lot of time to secure that ball and make a layup. She just panicked, I think.
Yeah, sometimes that's the most stressful case in basketball, when you feel like someone's behind you.
You hear thump, thump, thump behind you. Zoe Bosch with it now, slowing things down. This is the poise I'm talking about from Bosch, who is still only a junior, but she's played so much at the varsity level. She walked there.
Yes, she did. Yep.
Picked up her pivot foot. It was worth a try, Zoe, and that's what Trinity says. Puts her arm around her, said, nice. The referee saw it.
And that's another thing I would like to point out between the difference from last year's, just the whole composure from everyone. Everyone's lifting each other up. Everyone's excited of every little play, and it's great to see.
So you notice it already. This is your first real look live of the girls. I know I'm calling it poise. Composure is a better word. You're right. They got a lot more of it now. Miss there from Cedar Smith, but Kelly Walsh with a rebound. Davia's wide open. Look out. Can't give her that kind of space and time, but she missed. Rebound Jackson. Harley Rommel goes down hard, and she's hurt.
Ooh, yeah.
Cedar Smith is going to check on her. Cedar and Harley got tied up, and Harley went down hard. Allison Burcham ready to check back in for Lucy Webb. Harley looks like she'll be okay, and Zoe Bosch will inbounds here to Harley. No pressure from Kelly Walsh. It's 13-9. We've been stuck there for a little while. Zoe, slow and deliberate over the line, and Kennedy picks her up there. Bounce pass, looking for Green. Almost lost it, but she gets it back. 33 on 33, and is that Rayma Green's third foul? It is. Ooh. Oh, boy. We'll see if Coach Gilliam feels like she's got to go get Green. Rayma Green, the senior, is one of the key pieces they depend on in the paint, and they're going to go have her sit for a little bit.
Yep, she's very similar to Mads Holland for Jackson. She's just that down low presence that makes all the difference defensively and offensively.
Yep, just a physical presence down low. Brecken Fago replaces her. Caden Curry in. There's a miss, and Kelly Walsh rebounds. See if the Trojans can get one to go. We got lids on the cylinders right now. Oh, and Davila, sweet as can be, drains the triple, and it's 13-12.
In Jackson, no one came to stop the ball, and that's the first thing you got to do as a defense. That was just lack of communication there.
Burcham picks up her dribble, looks for Bosch, but that pass was deflected and then stolen by Makia Humphreys. Davia with it now, hot off her three, but she's going to float one inside to Curry, kick out to Fago. Brecken Fago driving the right lane, lost the handle, and they're going to say it was off a Bronc. I thought that was off her foot. Fowler and Webb back in to replace Burcham and Bosch. We've seen Zoe, Kimmy, play all game, and I mean not sit a second.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she's a little under the weather if I had to guess. Davia misses badly on a three. The rebound is going to go Jackson's way. Out of bounds.
I was going to say, being in a school and know what's going around, I'd probably say there's more sickness than anything else going out there.
all 10 players on the court probably have the flu. It's just who's got it worse. It's going around. Oh, Webb lost the handle, stolen by Fago. Now a pile-up. Fowler comes up with it, but gives it right to Davia. Watch out from behind. Trinity's looking for it. Woo! And there's a jumper from Humphreys. No good. Backdoor rebound from Curry. They'll try it again. Kelly Walsh has gotten a lot of double and triple chances at the basket thanks to their offensive boards. Curry working it around the perimeter. Davia inside to Curry. Nice little give and go, but Curry misses the layup. And now a whistle and a foul there. That's going to be on the Trojans. Brecken Fago, her first.
And even though Kelly Walsh has had a lot of open looks from three, Jackson's doing a great job with paint defense, getting a lot of stops at the rim.
Ari Fowler tries a long three, misses too short. Davia with a rebound, being hounded by Holland from behind, but she felt it. And now gets one inside of Fago. Now outside to Davia, long three, short. Rebound right to Jax, and she hands off to Fowler. Fowler picking up the pace, see if she pulls up. She does. Her shot partially blocked by Davia and out of bounds. It'll be Jackson ball, I think. Well,
nope, it was off Mads.
Okay.
She got her hand up there.
Yeah, Ari, I like to see the Bronx slow it down in a situation like that. But when you're Ari Fowler and you're feeling it, I love the step back three. If you're feeling it, do it. But she didn't have it there. Jackson up 1, 13-12. Whistle. Is this timeout? Out of bounds? What is this?
Out of bounds.
Okay. Maybe I should watch the game more.
Maybe.
13-12. Jackson up by that slim point. 1:16 to go in the half. Ball inbounds by Humphreys. Can't find anyone. Now finally does. It's Fago who delivers out to Cedar Smith. Smith inside, and I think she might have walked or jumped or...
Got a little happy with the feet. Just slid a little bit. It's also a very slippery court.
Is
historically, yes.
Okay. Good to know. We got just over a minute. Jackson up 1 and looking for more. Zoe Bosch back in the game. Wants Fowler to come switch places with her. Now the give and go to Ari, and that pass tipped out of bounds by Nakia Humphreys. Jackson will try it again. 1:01 to go in the half. Bosch under her own basket, watched by Humphreys. The breakout, and it's Lucy Webb. Webb trying to get away from Cedar Smith. Can't do it. Coughed it up. Miley Morrison with the steal. Fowler all over her. Good defense by Ari. And the layup was missed, but another Kelly Walsh rebound. That ball knocked out of bounds. They're going to see Jackson ball went off the feet of Nakia Humphreys. Boy, Ari Fowler twice now has not given up on the play, Mac, and has come back to challenge a layup.
Absolutely, and the Bronx as a team just are doing way better cutting off, moving with their feet on defense, which is critical.
Lucy Webb takes a peek at the clock. 30 seconds in the half. Floats one to a wide-open Fowler, but coming over was Brecken Fago and makes the big block. I don't have Fago, the junior. She's got to be 5'9" in that neighborhood. I don't have the heights on all these Kelly Walsh players. They got some girls that play big down low, and we said that. The reason why I wanted Jackson to kind of play some small ball, stay away from them, keep the game on the perimeter, especially if you got a shooter like Ari.
Oh, yes, and Zoe, we've seen her shoot some shots. Maybe give it to Mads Holland, try for a post move like one-on-one matchup-wise.
Zoe Bosch looking to trigger in. 27 seconds, gets it to Fowler. Fowler's got an open look, but she drives the lane and lost the handle. Mads Holland scoops up the loose change, up and in, but they say no. What's wrong there?
I believe it was a jump ball before the shot.
Boy, that was a fast jump ball.
Can we see replay?
No, I'm not even going to try it. 22 seconds. So the bucket by Hollins erased on a very quick jump ball. Meanwhile, we get a double dribble on Miley Morrison and a turnover there. Game getting a little sloppy. Jackson, if they could just play for the last shot here, would have to feel very good getting into the half. Up 3, let's say. They're up 1 now. Bosch to Fowler. Ari's gone the whole way for Jackson pretty much. Have not seen Furmanek. She's the other sophomore that's been exciting. Here's Lucy Webb driving the left lane. And
foul, all right.
That's the best that could have happened because Webb is not going to beat Fago in the height game there. Brecken was right with her, but she did draw the foul. That's good news. Webby has not been to the line enough this year to get any stats on her, if at all. 7 seconds and a chance for some free points here while the clock is frozen. She gets it.
And here's an interesting note. This is the first free throws of the game for Jackson.
True, and Webb makes it count. We're 1 for 1 at the line. 14-12 now. Lucy looking for the back end. Eyes it, fires it, and gets it. Wow. Well, she did both the hard way, but they work. And now 4 seconds for Kelly Walsh. Last shot of the half. Morrison lost the handle right to Mads Holland. And she's just going to hang on. And boy, that right there was a real good half.
Yes, indeed. They won the second quarter as well, which is huge. First and second quarter.
I'll tell you, Mac, I don't want to count my ducks too early, but I got this feeling.
Yep, it could happen. It could.
Wow, 15-12. Jackson up over Kelly Walsh at the half. We'll be right back with a halftime show, including stats, maybe. I think Kimmy's going to look for those. So let's take a halftime break. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Cashmere, silk, down, or denim, Blue Spruce Cleaners is where you take them. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager and happy to serve you in 2 locations and on the road with daily pickup and delivery service and expert tailoring on site. We offer the best in green, effective, and gentle cleaning with Green Earth Cleaning and professional laundry for your sweaters, gowns, comforters, and linens. Blue Spruce Cleaners is a recognized reduce, reuse, recycle business leader, providing green, affordable, and friendly service to our community for over 20 years. Whatever the season, whatever the reason, Blue Spruce Cleaners.
We're back halftime, and the Jackson Lady Bronx lead this one 15-12 over the Lady Trojans of Kelly Walsh. And maybe
it's definitely there. Girls just got to get stops. This is more where it becomes the defensive game. If Kelly Walsh doesn't score more points than you, that's what you can control is the defense. And if they don't score more points, Jackson's going to win this game.
if you're Mac, take us into the locker room. If you're head coach Kayla Gilliam of the Lady Trojans, you got to be happy with the way you've just pounded the glass, offensively especially, but you're just not hitting the shots. What do you tell your kids that, hey, we've never shot this bad, it'll come, just stick with it? I don't know.
Are you talking about, Bingham or?
Like, if you're Kelly Walsh and you're down 3, but you got to feel good about the way you've rebounded. You just got to make some shots here. I mean, that's as bad as the Trojans have shot all year, I would imagine.
Yes, and I don't think it will continue. I think they're definitely going to come out of the third quarter with a bang. Probably they're going to have more desire to try and chip into this lead. They don't want to lose this game. No one wants to lose any game, but Kelly Walsh, I think you just got to keep telling them to keep shooting, keep going at it, keep doing what you do best, and I think the shots will fall. But if they don't start to fall, maybe try and look in the paint. I know there's a little bit of foul trouble, but I think try and scoring inside, because Kelly Walsh has gotten a lot of good looks inside. They've had a lot of layup opportunities. They just haven't fallen. And if you could get higher percentage shots to fall, then you'll start scoring more, and I think that's what Kelly Walsh has got to do, is attack the paint, make their size felt compared to Jackson's, and I think that could be a big difference.
Yeah, and let's keep that a secret amongst us, and we won't tell Coach Gilliam.
Yes.
I agree. When Kennedy Davia is not feeling it from distance, and she's not, she's worth 13 points a game on average. It so far has not been her night, but we're not done yet. When that happens, though, if you're Kelly Walsh, you got to turn to the other bigs. Caden Curry, Makia Humphreys, and Rayma Green. They're your other scorers, and they get their points in the paint, and I think that's where your advantage is if you're on the road and you're the Trojans. If you're Coach Olivia Bingham and you're talking to your girls, you're up 3 at the half. What do you? I mean, there's a tendency to go into a shell and get conservative. Do you double down and say keep it up? I like the fact they haven't completely depended on Ari Fowler. Her 3 threes were nice, but they found a complete game. What do you tell the girls, the Lady Bronx, up 3 at the half?
I think you take the threes if they're there. If Ari's got open looks, shoot that ball and let it fly. I'm all for shooting the ball. That's the type of player I am, but I also like paint looks. Jackson has been very smart offensively. They have much better, they're using their set plays, and they're actually scoring off those set plays, something they struggled with a lot last year. They're actually getting a lot of good looks inside, like cuts from Lucy Webb, layups from Zoe Bosch. Lots of great looks inside, and I'm all for that as well. Higher percentage shots, you should take that opportunity and take advantage of it, absolutely.
We could be seeing history in the making. It would be the first Lady Bronx win over Kelly Walsh in recorded history, I think, as far back as I go with stats. And it would be the first win for the Lady Bronx since 2021, going way back, 63 tries. Stats at the half, Kimmy K, were you able to wrangle any stats?
Oh, yeah. I know. I got it in. What do you want first?
Let's go with the Trojans. What are they doing?
Okay, well, the lead scorer is Davila with 6. Davila, sorry.
Who we just said is not having a kind of game, and she's already got half her average. So, okay. It just feels like it's not getting as nice.
No, she's made 2 threes, so she's got 6. What? Number 11.
Brecken Fago.
Fago's got 2, Curry's 2, and Green with 2.
Got it. Yeah, Rayma Green, I watch her on film. She's my favorite player on this Kelly Walsh team, but she's in a little foul trouble. We're going to hear from her in the second half. Watch out. Yeah. How about for Lady Bronx? How we doing? We know Ari is 3 for 4 from beyond the arc.
3 for 3.
Okay.
She's got 9. We got Zoe Bosch with 2, Lucy Webb with 2, and Trinity Green with 2.
I like that you don't just rely on Ari heaving them, that they found other plays. Like you said, Mac, they're moving the ball around. If they see something down low, they'll go expose it. If it's not there, maybe Ari will do something. They're being smart offensively.
Yes, and they're ready to shoot. Like Mads, even if they haven't fallen, Mads was ready to shoot.
Yeah.
Kat Ankeny had 2 baseline shots. And they're very good looks, and that's the thing about this Bronx team. They've always had great looks, but the looks are just getting even closer and closer to falling, and it's very, very it's cool to see after years of not just the struggle of not seeing that shot go in. It could be a huge confidence boost once it does.
It's been years of famine, but it may pay off, and it may pay off tonight. Boy, these Lady Bronx look good. They look better and better with every game, and they've been exciting. Don't know where Olive Furmanek is, and I know, Mac, you have not got a look at her. The 5'10 sophomore is really one of the bright spots for these Lady Bronx. We haven't seen her at all. We've seen limited action from Zoe Bosch. So with 2 of your better players not seeing the floor a whole lot, I'm really impressed with what Coach Bingham has been able to get out of the Lady Bronx. They've looked good. They're up 3. And we're at the half, and so far so good on the following the keys to the game. Lady Bronx are back out of the locker room already early. Trojans still there, and we're 2 minutes from tapping this one in the second half. We'll come back with one more break and back with the second half after these. Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download WYDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Jake Nichols, Mac Fairbairn, Kimmy K bringing you all the action courtside. Girls up 3, and I think we're going to see the big push here from the Trojans. I got to think that they went into the half saying, if I'm Coach Gilliam, I say, well, girls, you can't play any worse than you just did. You laid a 16-minute egg on there. We haven't been this bad all year. And now, granted, Kelly Walsh in a bit of a rebuild. This is not one of their better teams. But they've been better than this all year. This was their worst first half of the year. Now they're going to, I got a feeling they're going to come roaring back in the third, and the Lady Bronx have to be ready for the pushback. You know it always comes, right, Mac?
Yes, because these Trojans average 34 points a game, and they're on pace for 24, so we know they're probably chances are going to score 20 points in this half. at least if all goes well. But Jackson's just got it all goes down to defense and getting stops. If Jackson gets stops, that is the key to win.
Both teams back on the floor. Jackson, their home whites trimmed in black and orange. Kelly Walsh with the road greens trimmed in white. It's Jackson 15, Kelly Walsh 12. For the Lady Bronx, Trinity Green, Mads Holland, Lucy Webb, Zoe Bosch, Ari Fowler. For Kelly Walsh, Miley Morrison on the floor, the sophomore. Kennedy Davila, of course. Has she come off the floor? Makia Humphreys is out there. Caden Curry and Brecken Fago. It's Ari Fowler looking for Bosch, and that pass, I think Zoe was worried she was going to collide with Fago and kind of short-armed catching that, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover to start. We've switched sides. Jackson moving right to left. Kelly Walsh with it now. Kennedy penetrates, now kicks out. Long three from Brecken Fago's off the mark. Rebound, Trinity Green in the reach-in. Foul from Caden Curry. Good job by Trinity. Hard on the boards. Mac, rebounding, do you have to be somewhat mean? Do you have to play with a bit of an edge to rebound?
Yes.
It seems like, a dangerous place to be in there.
Yes, for sure. Like Isaac Larson, who I played with, older brother of Aaron and Jesse Larson. He wasn't always the tallest guy on the court, but he averaged 3 to 5 rebounds per contest because he would go after them and know where the ball's going.
Yeah. So, you got to be smart. You got to figure things out, take the shortest path, and you got to be tough to just hang on to the ball, be strong. This is Holland on defense on Fago. Long three from Davia is good. And Kennedy Davia can take over a game just like that. She's got 9 on the afternoon and draws Kelly Walsh even at 15. Oh, and Zoe Bosch looking for Lucy Webb. Those two are usually on a mind meld, and they haven't been today. That's like the third time Webb and Bosch have missed on their pass. They're usually in each other's head. Not tonight.
Yes, and this is a smart timeout call.
Yeah.
As 3 straight turnovers to start the third quarter. Not the ideal start for Jackson, and hopefully this will calm the jitters down and hopefully just slow down the tempo. Don't get too rushed as Jackson has gotten.
Yeah, do not look at this scoreboard. Pretend you're still up 3. I mean, Kelly Walsh has got to smell a little blood in the water now, and there's something about surviving a first half on the road when you played awful, and you say, you just start to be a little more free in the second half, and you say, come on, let's kick it in gear. Kelly Walsh came out of the locker room a different team, and the Bronx a little fuzzy with their thinking and passing, and 3 straight turnovers. That's not good. Same personnel for Jackson. Green, Bosch, Fowler, Webb, Holland on the floor for the Lady Bronx, but it's Kelly Walsh ball tied at 15. Trojans haven't had a lead in a while. Have they had a lead at all? No, just tied. Okay, Davia with it now. Her pass inside to Fago. Back out to Davia. Steps right around Webb, but then picks up a triple team. Look at the help from the Bronx. I love it. That pass tipped by Bosch, and that'll allow Davia to go in the backcourt and get it. Whenever Davia slips her mark, which is Bosch right now, she is picked up quickly with help. That long shot, no good. Holland with the rebound. Jackson ball tied at 15. Webb to Bosch right here in the near elbow. She's got Bingham in her ear shouting instructions. Now Ari Fowler drives the right block up and in. Ari Fowler showing us a little bit of a different look. Not just a three-point specialist, Max, driving the rim there.
Yes, and I'm a huge fan of that, showing that she's not just a three-point shooter.
Davia showing us she can also attack the rack, but she misses the layup. But the rebound all the way out to Morrison. Now into the hands of Makia Humphreys, and she's fouled by Bosch, I think. Her first.
And that's one thing I'd like to point out as well is Jackson's done a fantastic job of not fouling a lot. They would have tons of foul issues last year.
They're playing hard, but staying away from the fouls. You're right. Here's Davia trying to get loose of Webb. Nice whip pass inside, and a good move by Curry, but she can't finish. The rebound to Fago, kicks it back out to Morrison, and Fowler's all over the top of her. Oh, Jackson got a break there as Morrison traveled, and Ari landed on top of her. That would have been Fowler's second, but dodged a bullet. Jackson up 2, 17-15. Zoe Bosch, Davia on her. Trojans just manning up here. No, they're not. They're in that zone, 2-3 zone. Long shot blocked by Brecken Fago. I don't know about the stats, but I got to think the Trojans block a lot of shots.
Yes, they do. I mean, it also doesn't help that Jackson does have the height disadvantage, so that's naturally going to come. Yeah.
Bosch, the bounce pass into Ari Fowler. She takes a little walk to the top of the circle. Her pass intended for Trinity Green. Never connected, out of bounds. Turnover, and it's Kelly Walsh again. Jackson doing all they can to make sure Kelly Walsh gets every chance possible, whether it's offensive rebounds for the Trojans or giveaways. They want to make sure Kelly Walsh feels welcome here on the road, I guess. It's Davia with it now. To Morrison, bounce pass inside of Curry, kick back out to Humphreys, and she bumped hard. Sorry, that's Fago, bumped hard with, who was that, Webb?
Zoe
Bosch.
Boy. And what was the call
Jump
there?
ball.
Okay. Kelly Walsh inbounds, that's Morrison, gets it back to Humphreys, baseline drive, shut down by Holland. Oh, pass intended for Morrison, almost got away, but right there was Fago. Now it's Davia. Inside, Fago, Brecken kicks it back out. She moved her feet. Yeah, and it looks a little bit like Kelly Walsh is trying to take advantage of the height inside. They're trying to get it in there to Fago, Curry, Humphreys. They're still have not seen Green back in the second half from her foul trouble, but yeah, it looks like the Lady Trojans intentionally trying to pound it inside.
Yes, and right as you said Green, she headed to the scorer's table. It's like you knew something.
I guess so. Fowler missed that jumper, and it's Davia on the rebound, and she stepped over and back. Well, Kennedy, I can't say I didn't love that behind-the-back dribble. I do, but it caused her to go over and back there. And we do get Rayma Green back of the action, replacing Caden Curry. Jackson ball up 2. Webb to Fowler. Puts a move on Rayma Green, but cannot get loose from her. And just underhands it to Zoe Bosch right here in front of you. Bosch back to Fowler, top of the key. Ari might launch from here. I'd watch out if I'm Kennedy. Come out and get her. Nice pump fake there from Zoe Bosch. Just nothing developing right now. Good defense by the Trojans. Holland drives that far side and turns back. Nobody helped her. Holland was in trouble and gave it right away to Makia Humphreys. Now it's the Trojans' ball, slowing things down. Kennedy Davia with Webb on her. Top of the key to Penny Thompson, seeing her first action. Thompson wants it inside, and now she gets it. Penny Thompson kicks it back out. Boy, she's a tall one. The freshman, Penny Thompson, adds even more height on the floor for the Trojans. That's our first look at her. And a foul was on
Zoe Bosch.
Zoe Bosch. That should be her second.
It is. I think they put it in as 11 earlier instead of 12.
Trojan ball. It's Humphreys, top of the key to Davia, far side. Nice move by Green. Drives the lane up and misses. Rayma Green, she's so strong. Rayma Green is fearless going with her rack attack, but she could not get it.
Well, now Kelly Walsh, other than three-point struggles, are now struggling inside. It's like someone put a lid on the rim.
Kelly Walsh is shooting horrible right now. They'd be the first ones to admit it. Davia, though, wants to say something about it. Can't get it to go. Ari Fowler tracks down the rebound. Looking ahead for Green. She runs down that pass, but now it's out of bounds. Oh, I thought that was a good go-get-it ball.
Yep.
Like in soccer, that was a good goal ball. But Trinity got there, I thought, and just didn't grab it. Darn it.
Yeah, it was just a little too far. It was a great idea, though. Jackson really running on that fast break, which I like to see.
Ari saw it and almost connected, just too far for Trinity Green. Kelly Walsh ball down 2, 17-15. 3:05 to go in the third. Rayma Green pounds inside to Caden Curry. Back outside Davia. Now Morrison. Stutter step. Works the baseline. No good. Shot way off. Jax with a rebound. And gives it to Holland. Now Ari Fowler works it up the floor. Normally it'd be a Zoe job. There's Zoe. Thought about a three. Now she's going to take it after getting loose. Oh, just missed. Zoe almost got her own rebound, but got it to Lucy Webb. Fowler should try three here.
Oh,
that's off the top of the backboard. They're going to let him play. Lucy Webb. Gilliam wants it out of bounds. There's a shot. Rebound Webb. And Coach Gilliam says, what about top of the backboard out of bounds? No call. They let him go, and now we get a jump ball or a foul.
And now it's Jackson crashing the offensive glass.
Yeah.
While long shots equals long rebounds after long shots, Jackson finally making their presence felt on the offensive glass.
Well, neither team can buy one of late. It's 17-15, 2:29 to go in the third. Zoe Bosch trying to tie up that braid. She's ready. Ball over her head, looking for somebody. It's Jax out here at top of the key. Hands off to Lucy Webb. Webb watched by Green. Jax sets a nice pick, but Webb fires cross court, stolen away. Kennedy Davia in for the rebound, in for the layup rather. Can't get it to go, and the foul. That's going to be Zoe.
That means Zoe's got three.
Yeah, Zoe does not look 100%. She's normally has cardio to play 2 games back-to-back, and she looks gassed all night. I don't think she's feeling great. Here's Davia from the line. Good. And it's 17-16. Bosch is going to take a break with the 2 fouls, and Burcham in for her. Davia on the chance to tie it here. Kennedy, their best free throw shooter, and she gets it. We're knotted at 17. This one going to go down to the wire, Mac.
Yes, it is. This is fun basketball to watch.
Burcham, pump fake on Green, now turns back. She needs help.
She needs help. Get open.
Can't find anybody. Jax, nobody, and that's 5 seconds. Turns it over as Burcham was swarmed. And just, in that kind of situation, if you're Jax or whoever, Mac, do you just run right up to your player and say, hand it off to me if you have to?
Almost if that's the case. Jackson did a good job of moving to help to get to the ball, but Kelly Walsh's defense was fantastic.
Yeah, there were just hands everywhere. That pass inside to Brecken Fago, and she was surrounded by a trio of Bronx, and one of them got a little too aggressive. Who was it?
No, it was a jump ball.
Oh, okay.
That's why she laughed, too,
No,
because
that's good.
everybody's hands was on it. Like,
So I guess when
here you go.
when it could be anybody, the refs call nobody. I like that idea.
No, there was too many. Everybody had their hands on it. That was a jump ball.
Here's Rayma Green trying to drive baseline. Does her reverse layup. No good. Boy, Green's got a lot of try, but just no finish tonight. And here's the Bronx with the ball now and the 17 game. Oh, Burcham wide open three, and that misses too strong. And Holland's going to reach in over the back of Brecken Fago and pick up a foul.
I think Allison was surprised to be that open. You don't get many looks like that. That's just crystal clear.
And does that cause you to sometimes be a little strong with your shot? The adrenaline's going. You're like, oh, my goodness, I'm wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just too strong. And, yeah, she was long with that three. She was wide open.
I mean, I would be like that. Like,
yeah,
oh, my
right?
gosh, wait, I'm open? How's nobody on me?
I would, and I'd chuck it into the gym next door probably. I'd be so excited. Here's Rayma Green. Whoop, she fumbled it for a moment. Now finds it. Gets it top of the key to Fago. Hands off to Davila. Three. Good. Kennedy. Davila makes it 20-17. Down to 1:04 to go in the third. Jackson trail. For the first time tonight, let's see how they react. We expected a pushback from Kelly Walsh, and we got it. There is a reach in by Davila, I believe. And that's the one player they can ill afford to have off the court. Oh, and it's not going to be her. It's going to be Miley Morrison, the sophomore. Jackson ball, inbounds coming from Bosch, who's still huffing and puffing over there. Down to under a minute. Jackson would like to get this one tied right back up. Pass out to Jax.
Ooh, good screen, Matt.
Strickland. Inside to Holland. Mads Holland kicks it out. Ankeny will try a long three. That's no good. Rebound saved by Holland, I thought, but I guess not.
No, I think it hit Ankeny's leg afterwards.
Morrison will inbounds for Kelly Walsh. They can add to a 3-point lead here. Bringing it up court is Davia. Takes a look at Coach Gilliam, and they call the play. Long shot from Davia. Oh, man, Kennedy's feeling it now, and I got to think a timeout wouldn't be a bad idea as Trinity Green is ready to check in for the Bronx. You got to challenge Davia out beyond the arc. She was cold as ice in the first, but here in the third, starting to feel good.
Yep, and that's what Kelly Walsh needed. Now they have the boost of a 6-point lead.
Bosch, beautiful inside pass to Mads Holland. The only way to get that ball to Mads was to bounce pass it. Davia is short with that shot. Rebound. Good. Are they going to count it? No. Yes, they do. Good rebound there from, I believe, it was either Fago or Humphreys. Boy, Kelly Walsh closes the third with a flurry. I love that pass, Bosch to Holland. That was beautiful.
Yes, and it was a good answer. Like, you just got scored on, but they went and answered right away. That was like one of the first answers that I've seen consecutive on a possession after they got scored on from Kelly Walsh.
After 3, Kelly Walsh 25, Jackson 19. Back right after these.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-Tetons or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
Bronx Sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
We move to the fourth with the biggest lead of the night belonging to the Trojans, thanks to their leading scorer, Kennedy Davila, and shooters shoot their shot. That's what it's all about, and Kennedy never gave up.
Yes, she's got 15 points of Kelly Walsh's 25. And Jackson won the first quarter, the second quarter, but that third quarter was killer. Kelly Walsh really extending their lead.
They did. They pushed back hard after the halftime break. Win every quarter. Well, it worked twice. We need it to work 3 times for the Bronx. Mads Hollins with a layup, no good. Zoe Bosch had the rebound momentarily, but lost the handle in all that traffic. And Kelly Walsh has the ball to start the fourth with a big lead. Bosch almost stole it away. Davila now working it around the perimeter to Rayma Green. She thought about trying the baseline, and she took steps. Yeah, she tried that jab step fake thing and took too many steps.
Yes, and Kelly Walsh is going to get to the point where they're going to start being a lot more patient with the lead, and now the long possessions might cause them to make mistakes like it happened there.
Kelly Walsh wants to slow the pace. Jackson needs points. Ari Fowler picked up that pivot foot. She traveled.
She did.
Tough break there. Does anybody see I'm looking for a savior. I'm like, where's 2? Firmanek is not out there. She must be ill. We could use her right now. Here's Kelly Walsh. Drive down the lane. In and out. No good. Brecken Fago could not get it to go, as that basket just coughed the ball right back out. Here's Fowler.
Now we got to go cash in.
Inside to Trinity Green to Webb. Webb, Trinity Green posted up down low, wants the ball, but it's Lucy Webb with a finger roll, and it's no good. Rebound to Villa. Kennedy doing everything for the Green right now, and she will roll it down. Coach says run play number 4. Kennedy says that must be me. That's my number. Her layup try is no good. Rebound, a lot of bodies flying, but Trinity Green comes up with it to Ari Fowler. You need a triple here to get back in it. Maybe Lucy Webb's got one. It's just short. Rebound pulled down by Rayma Green. Hitting the deck was Fago. She looks okay. The reach in Holland on Rayma Green.
And that's a tough one to swallow if you're Jackson. Mads is the last person you want to foul.
Yeah. you need Mads Holland. It's also a foul a long way from the basket, just unnecessary as you're running behind Green. And coming out is Brecken Fago. She is looking pretty tired and a little banged up. She's the one who hit the floor a little while ago. Davia and Cedar Smith play catch. Now Ray McGreen. Fowler jabbing at her, trying to get that ball away. Ray McGreen drives the basket. Boy, I like her attack, Mac, but she just can't buy a bucket. She did draw the foul, though.
Well, I don't know if Kelly Walsh has made a shot within 3 feet at all in the second half.
They have been cold down low, haven't they? If it's like a 5-footer or shorter, they can't make it. Ray McGreen makes the first of 2 from the charity stripe, but she did draw the foul. It was on Ari Fowler, her second. And wow, Green just drains them both. 56% free throw shooter on the year. Nothing but net on both of them. 27-19, Kelly Walsh. Ari Fowler with it now. Green watching her try to make sure she doesn't launch that triple again.
Oh!
Pass to Holland is knocked away by good defense by Humphreys. Oh, and Zoe was wide open. She looked up at the shot before she handled the pass. Every wide receiver who's ever played football has done the same thing. Where am I going to run to after I catch this? And the problem is you don't catch it.
Yep, and that's a hard one to swallow if you're Jackson. But Jackson looks composed. They're forgetting it ever happened.
Yep. Kennedy Davia calls out the play again. Pass to Humphrey or to Fago. Now it's into Curry. Kick out to Green. Good. And maybe that was the problem. Ray McGreen was trying layups. She should be shooting from the arc. As she hits the 3, Ray McGreen getting hot now.
And now the lead is extended to 11 for Kelly Walsh. They're starting to score and get hot.
Zoe Bosch with it now, looking for Ari Fowler on the backdoor cut, and the pass off her hands. Good idea, Mac, but the hands are just not quite. A lot of passes. They need like strength training on rebounds and securing passes.
Yes.
Like grab that ball.
Because they've had a lot of great cuts. They've gone backdoor so many times, and it's very, very smart basketball. It's just they got to complete those plays, and that's the difference makers, turnovers, and that's how Kelly Walsh is taking advantage of this game.
That was there, and the pass was there. The idea was there. Fowler just, I think she might have been looking up at the bucket and just lost it off her hand. So Lady Bronx played a heck of a first half, and in the third, the Trojans starting to push back on this and exercise their dominance. It's 30-19 with 5:13 to go in the fourth. Jackson's been limited with what they're getting out of Zoe Bosch, and we have not seen Olive Firmanek. Firmanek is good for about 3 points a game. She's also 5'10". She would be the biggest, tallest girl in the Lady Bronx. She could be a difference maker in a game like this, but she's not available from what I see.
Oh, yeah, she's not even out there on the...
No. It'll be Trinity Green, Mads Hollins, Ari Fowler, Zoe Bosch, Lucy Webb. The 5 Lady Bronx. Trojan ball, it's Davia who, if she's come off the court, I missed it. She has been out there all night. Davia with 5 minutes looking inside. Pass. Holland reached in, almost stole it. Now Davia drives baseline, rattles in and out. Rebound, Mads Holland.
Now let's cash in and score.
Trojans were so worried about getting back on defense. There was nobody there for the rebound except Mads, which is a good thing. Mads hands off to Zoe Bosch. She walks it to the top. Now to Webb. Jackson can't spend a lot of time doing this. Somebody's got to just fire one. Webb collides there hard with Curry. And now kicks over to Holland, and that's out of bounds. Good defense by the Trojans, not giving the Bronx many looks. And the longer you set up in that half-court offense and pass around, the more you invite a problem, like we saw.
And now the clock is the enemy.
Yeah. You just got to shoot here. I know you're trying for an open look, but all the passing. Oh, nice rebound going sky high as Michaela Humphreys. No, that was Brecken Fago. And she went way up for that rebound.
Yeah, her and Mads right there, so they just called a jump ball, which was nice.
Okay. There's Davia launching from 3, no good, but a rebound pulled down by Caden Curry. And Kelly Walsh will try it again. Humphreys, near side of Green. Trees works on Fowler. Baseline drive, no good. Boy, Rayma Green on her rack attack is 0 for everything, but she's hit some long ones. But she will go right to the rim, won't she? That pass off the mark, and somebody got a piece of it. Rayma Green in trouble now. Fowler grabbing, and it's taken away by Trinity Green and out of bounds. They're going to say Trinity coughed it up. And Davia helped out with the ref's call, I think.
Yes.
A little drama
She was
acting over
pointing.
there.
She's
Yeah,
like,
it was her.
Yeah, it was her. I'm
My
pretty
hand's
sure.
not there.
Get some substitutions here for Jackson. We'll let you know. That's Jax again. And a nice layup there from Kennedy Davia. And she might have heard me say that she started this game cold and she's just on a tear just to prove everybody wrong, I guess. Wow. Kennedy has taken over, and it's 32-19. Timeout on the floor. We've only had maybe 2 timeouts in this one.
Yeah, not many timeouts, not many fouls.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to point out earlier is it's like someone put a stick of butter on the basketball.
Oh,
this
yeah.
whole game, the ball's just been everywhere. There's been 50-50 balls. And both teams, I think, have actually gotten 50% of the 50-50 balls. Both teams have gotten it at some point or another. But Kelly Walsh is now starting to get it when it matters more with the lead in the fourth quarter, and that's hard.
Matt, you're exactly right. Good observation. Like the ball is too hot to handle, too slippery to hold. It's like nobody wants it. Good point. That's exactly what it's looked like for both teams. More so for Jackson, though. They have just had slippery fingers with that basketball. Fowler into Mads Holland. Turnaround jumper. I like it. You got to shoot. It's good. Mads
Stay
Holland.
back. Come on. A little pressure. Get that ball back.
You've got to just catch and shoot, Matt, because the clock down to 3, and Holland did that.
Yep, it's got to be quick and rapid.
Nice down low post move by Caden Curry, but she could not get it to go. Zoe Bosch the other way for Jackson. Bosch spins in the lane, now coughs it right up to Makia Humphreys. And here comes the green. Davia, Burcham swatting at her, but Kennedy calmly runs away. Tries to drive the left lane and can't get that shot to go. Rebound Bosch. Zoe brings it up. 2:35. Zoe triggers to Fowler. Looking cross court underneath. Mads Holland is open but can't get it. Her own rebound won't go either. And now a jump ball. Holland. Well, they might have called a foul. It's Holland and Fago who both have possession. Oh, Mads Holland, good look underneath. She was wide open, Matt.
Yep, and as a basketball player, that everyone has done that at one point. Missed a layup that you thought was going to go in, and then it just doesn't, and that's just bad luck, unfortunately.
Kelly Walsh ball, they're up 11. And a layup try by Fago won't go. And it's
all right.
Going to be a foul on Caden Curry. Kelly Walsh. As good as Kelly Walsh has played down low, they haven't made shots down low, but they've made rebounds.
Yes, and rebounding is almost a more important stat than scoring because it causes the scoring. Whoever wins the rebounding battle wins the game 80% of the time.
Trojans have blocked a lot of shots, grabbed a lot of rebounds. Ari Fowler for 3. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound Makia Humphreys. Hands off to Rayma Green. Trojans now going to play clock. 2 minutes and counting. With the 11-point lead. Green lost the handle. Lucy Webb scrambling for the loose ball and cannot. Oh, she did. Got one of the Trojans to knock it out of bounds. So Jackson ball on the turnover. Lucy playing hard to the final second. Zoe Bosch with it now. Jackson cannot afford to waste a lot of time looking for the perfect shot. Webb walks it to the top of the circle. Rayma Green on her. Webb looking for help. Kick out to Bosch. Bosch with Davia guarding her. Zoe looking for a baseline cut from Mads Holland. Didn't see it. Ari Fowler going to trigger one. No good.
Rebound.
And the rebound to Makia Humphreys. Hands off to Rayma Green. One thing the Trojans been able to do all night, and that's get rebounds. Inside to Brecken Fago. No good.
Good block by Jax.
Jax with a big block. Ari Fowler thought about a three. Now got to work it inside to Jack Strickland. Strickland, she's going to try a post move. Creates some room, and it's up in there. Jax Strickland lowered the boom on Caden Curry and created some space. That's what you call a weight room bucket right there.
Yes, use that size and strength and get that beautiful shot.
Down to 46 seconds and a timeout on the floor called by Kelly Walsh, I believe. We'll take the break on the floor with him. With 46 to play, it's Kelly Walsh 32, Jackson 23. Jackson Hole Radio Network, the place you're seeing all the action, boys. Up next, don't go in.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
That's been exciting. Kelly Walsh Trojans pulling away a little bit here in the second half, but the Lady Broncs of Jackson have given us a lot to cheer about this afternoon. Kelly Walsh ball with the big lead. They'll be in no hurry, you would think, to put one up here. We'll see if the Broncs are going to pressure. Boy, they do. Mads Holland making no mistake, making sure she gets the call there. Caden Curry is the victim. And the Broncs want to send the Trojans to the line, but they'll have to do a few more fouls here. That's fourth team foul. Here's Rima Green reaching in as Ari Fowler. Trying to get ball, though. And now Lucy Webb is going to make no mistake. She attacks Kennedy Davila. And they'll put Kennedy to the line. Their best free throw shooter, not the one you want there, but sometimes you can't pick and choose when you're down to this point of the game, Mac.
Yeah.
Yes, down to 35 seconds, and you got to force the foul, try and get a chance to maybe come back.
Ooh, and she missed.
They do get the miss from Davia. Trinity Green checking in for Jack Strickland. I love that post move she made, pushing Caden Curry out of the way, creating space and making the bucket. That was big stuff from the forward. Davia makes the second, and it's 33-23 Trojans. Jackson in a hurry here. Bosch to Fowler. Long three challenged by Rima Green. It's no good. The rebound from Brecken Fago. She got it to Caden Curry, and Caden said thanks a lot. And she took a hand to the face from Trinity Green, and she'll go to the line. Curry 57% from the stripe. The senior averaging 5 a game. This one all but put in the books. 10-point lead for Kelly Walsh. Jackson trying to show a little spark here at the end. And the first one is no good. Ankeny and Rommel check in for Webb and Holland. They should get a good hand from the home crowd, and they do.
Yep.
25 seconds to go in regulation. Second shot coming here from Curry, and that one is good. Back to an 11-point lead for Kelly Walsh. Zoe Bosch up with it, far side. She'll try a long three. That's too strong. Rebound, Trinity Green steals it away. To Kat Ankeny, and she got hammered by Davia.
And that was great hustle by, holy moly, I can't believe I forgot her name. Trinity Green. That was a great hustle play. Get that rebound and smart pass to Kat Ankeny.
Trinity is an athlete. We haven't seen sister Zoe yet, but she's playing a little bit as well.
Zoe's only a freshman.
Okay.
So.
Ankeny makes that one. All right, Kat makes it 34-24. The second of two just off the front of the rim, perhaps intentional, as Rayma Green is swarmed. And the foul is going to be on
we're going to the other
Ari
end.
Fowler. 13 and a half seconds for Ari. It's her third. None of this will matter as we're getting down to the final ticks of the clock.
Kind of can't wait to go play Kelly Walsh on their own home court. I'll just say that.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
That could be a fun game.
Rayma Green makes that. She's been perfect from the stripe, hasn't she? The senior. It's 35-24. Her second. Oh, I jinxed her. Yeah. Harley Rommel with the rebound. Up ahead to Zoe Bosch. Bosch, time of running out, is going to try a shot. No good. Rayma Green with a rebound. Trinity Green with a foul.
I like the fundamental move by Zoe Bosch. Use that Euro step, 2 steps.
And just tried to kind of float, except she wasn't, in my mind, close enough to the bucket. She Euro step, floated in the air, finger roll, but she was still like 10 feet from the basket.
Yes. It was what we call a mid-range layup.
Mid-range layup. Thank you. Rayma Green makes that one. She is over her season average tonight. She's had a great game. I was worried about Green, Curry, or Humphreys as being a tough matchup, and it turned out it was Rayma Green. And next to Davia, she has been pretty impressive for the Trojans. 37-24, final second. Fowler looking for Ankeny, and it's out of bounds, and we're out of time. So a fantastic first half. Not a fantastic second half. Give Kelly Walsh credit on the road. They found it somehow, Mac. After a dreadful first 16 minutes, the Trojans just said, no, we want this one more than you, and they played a whole different second half.
Yes, they won with their three-point shooting, which was expected. But credit to Jackson, really good interior defense, not letting Kelly Walsh score anything inside. And it's just they'll work on it in practice, working on those closeouts, closing out hard on three-point shooters. They're going to have to do it against teams like Green River, who likes to shoot the ball, and that's just something that they're going to keep working on and they're going to improve on as the season progresses.
With the win, Kelly Walsh improves to 2-8. Jackson falls to 0-7 on the season. Jackson will stay right here and host Natrona tomorrow, and Kelly Walsh goes down to Star Valley to take on the Braves tomorrow. Let's get final stats, players of the game, beginning with Kelly Walsh. Kimmy K, what do you got for the Trojans? Davia went off.
Okay, hold on. I got to count.
After a slow start, Kennedy was Kennedy. I even said before the game, I said, Kennedy, are you going to go? Are you going to play your best? Are you going to give us a chance? She just gave me the smile like, maybe. She had a game.
Davila had 20. Let's
20.
see. Bricklin had 2. Curry 3. Humphreys 2. And Green 10.
Just to be contrary, I'm going with Rayma Green as my player of the game for the Trojans. I thought she was a monster. If she got even half those rim attacks to go, she'd have it even more points. But she was dominating, and that's with all due respect to Kennedy Davila, who did Kennedy things in the end. Mac, who do you like?
Yes, I also like Rayma Green. She stepped outside, got a three-pointer in that corner, and did all the little things. Got lots of rebounds, got in foul trouble, which was hard. That was her challenge for the game. Kennedy's challenge for the game was missing shots, but started hitting some in the second half. But I think Kennedy must have shot at least 20 to 25 shots. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, she did not stop shooting. Any shooter will tell you when if it just isn't going, you got to keep going and keep trying. And she never gave up. And look at this, her biggest output of the season with 20 points. Who do you like on the Trojan side, Kitty K?
I'm going to go with Kennedy, though.
All right.
You said her name more often.
Yeah, she was. She just did.
At least second, third, and fourth.
The senior does everything. She's their leading three-point shooter, leads them in steals, leads them in blocks. Go figure for a team that makes a lot of blocks. Yeah, she's just all over the floor. How about Lady Bronx? What do you got for them statistically?
We got Fowler with 11. Strickland had 2. Let's see, Bosch had 2. Webb had 2. Mads Holland had 4. And Ankeny had 1.
All right, Mac, you got a favorite?
Well, it's pretty easy to say Ari Fowler did have the best scoring game. She went 3 for 3 in the first quarter. Pretty impressive. Shot really well. Made a cool bank shot in the second half. Ari Fowler would be the easy choice. I also like Zoe Bosch because to start that third quarter, that's where Jackson started to get more sluggish. Bosch had 3 rebounds and set the tone rebounding-wise and really changed the pace for Jackson, slowed them down, was more patient. They became more definite and together, even though the third quarter was where things turned south. But I think I do got to give it to Ari Fowler just for having 11 of the team's 24.
Kimmy K?
I feel like I have an offensive player and a defensive player.
Oh, all right.
I mean, Ari, hands down, especially that first half, she had a fantastic offensive game.
Yeah.
But just knowing Mads a little bit, I liked her defensive game throughout the whole game.
Yep, and a lot fell on her shoulders having to handle the bigs of the Trojans. Fago, Curry, Humphreys, Green, they're a lot down low, and it was all Mads Hollins that had to deal with it. You can't ignore the shooting streak that Fowler started the game with. I got to say, Ari is my player of the game.
Yeah.
But I'll give a little shout-out to Allison Burcham. I mean, she gets quality minutes in limited time on the floor. I would love to see more Burcham. Give me more Burcham.
Yes, absolutely.
But, all right, that was fun. The girls, man, for a half at least, they had us dreaming. They had us hoping.
Like you said, third quarter.
Yeah.
Probably just what hurt a little bit. Kind of let Kelly Walsh pull ahead.
Sure did. Kelly Walsh found a different gear and pulled away with this one. Final score, Kelly Walsh 37, Jackson 24. We'll be back, reset things for the boys right after this.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Now we're back to it, courtside, and the boys are going to tap here in just a few minutes, so we got to hurry up. Jackson boys still looking for their first win of the year. They're 0-7 overall under head coach Matt Elliott. Offensively, averaging 43.5 points a game. That's not nearly good enough. That's bottom of the 4A. They don't shoot well, at least not yet. Defensively, they're middle of the pack, surrendering about 56 points a game. Rebounding hasn't been great either. There are a lot of things that need improvement, but we know this is a rebuilding year. You can't lose Andra Hanna, Gavin Keelan, Seb Brunner, A.J. Fowler, and expect to compete the next year.
Yes.
It's tough. Not impossible, but it's been tough.
Yes, like not only do you lose the talent of those 4 star players, you lose a lot of height. And here's the thing about this team is even though they've had a sluggish start, they're 0-7, I still think this team has a lot to prove, and I do believe the wins are going to come. I think people are underestimating this team.
Yep.
They were, when they were freshmen, when I was a junior, I believe. Yes, I'm 2 years older than them. When I was a junior, this team went like 10-3 as a freshman team. Granted, the parameters are different. Freshman level is different basketball. But they were a very good team. They play as a team. They play together. And they're going to start hitting more shots. Aaron Larson's been having a great year leading the team in scoring. He passed Palmer. I think Palmer will come more into his own. Palmer is very talented.
Yeah.
The only issue is you just need more options. You can't just go to Palmer or Aaron and expect that to win the game. You got to play as a team. You got to get everyone scoring, get Jack more involved, get Jesse more involved, Van more involved. I'm all saying by their first names. Van Baltes, Jesse Larson, Jack Berze.
I don't think we've seen near the ceiling yet for the Bronx, and we're just now getting into regular season conference play. I think they'll get in a rhythm. They'll get going. Kelly Walsh Trojans, not doing a whole lot better over there in Casper under head coach Randy Roden. This team is 3-5. They are ranked 5th in the 4A, and they've won 3 in a row. Offensively, average about 51 points a game. They shoot it about average, 3s and 2s. Defensively, average. Everything they do is kind of average. The all-time matchup between Jackson and Kelly Walsh in the Trojans' favor. Jackson 2-10, although Jackson did get the win the last time these two teams met last year. For me, Mason Eager, the all-conference swing guy, is the guy you've got to stop. Mason Eager is by far the guy who's going to hurt you for Kelly Walsh. Let's go to my keys of the game real quick for the boys. And one is get Trojan zone wonky. Trojans play exclusively a 2-3 zone. And to me, watching it on film, they can lose. It can be undisciplined, Mac, especially if you move the ball side to side. If you pass it well, the guys can lose track of where people are. Their 2-3 zone is sketchy.
Yes, and if you're Jackson, this is a game you should look at and be like, this is a game I want to play, because Jackson's strength is going to be their shooting, and typically against the zone you'll get more threes, and if more threes fall, Jackson could see a lot of success tonight.
True. My second key to the game, don't be eager. That's in reference to Mason Eager. He is insane. Heck of a basketball player. Watch this kid, just a junior, 6'2", all-conference. Mason Eager, number 3. And then TOs to cool KW shooting. Kelly Walsh can get streaky hot and streaky cold. And when they're hot, Coach Elliott has to call timeouts and cool them down. The two guys that'll do it are Jack Nichols, who can get red hot, and, of course, Mason Eager. When they start draining them, you got to put your hands together in a T and say, let them sit for a minute. Let's have the boys introduce themselves, and we'll come back with the national anthem and the start of this one. Kelly Walsh and Jackson.
Jesse Larson, senior. Will King, senior. Matt Baltis, senior.
Jake Simmons, freshman.
Aaron Larson, senior. Owen Brecker, junior.
Thomas King, sophomore. Noah McKinney, junior.
Jack Berze, senior. Ethan Hoffman, sophomore.
Max White, sophomore.
Palmer Wetzel, senior. Will Bennett, junior. Colin Pape, senior.
All right, we press reset, and the boys ready to kick it off. Jackson looking for their first win of the year. Kelly Walsh trying to stay hot, riding a 3-game win streak. One thing to mention, Mac, is Kelly Walsh runs a thin bench. If they get in foul trouble, if they get tired, they play 5 and maybe 1 or 2 off the bench. They don't go very deep.
Yep, and it's interesting how they've been very similar for the last 3 years. I mean, Coach Roden, he's a fantastic coach. He's been coach for Kelly Walsh for a long, long time. But even though they're a different team with different players, Kelly Walsh has traditionally been shoot the three, and yes, play 5 or 6 the whole way. And Yeah, it will be interesting to see. Jackson's got to use some speed for sure.
Starting 5 for the Trojans, Carter Alver, Mason Eager, Jack Nichols, Duncan Gilliam. And now for the Jackson Bronx, Jesse Larson, averaging a little over 4 points a game. He'll get the starting nod. Brother Aaron, averaging 11 a game to lead the Bronx. Jack Barazay, the 6'1 senior, averaging 7.5 a game. Palmer Wetzel, 6'4 senior, averaging almost 11 a game. And Will Geitman, 6'4 junior, averaging 4.5 a game. That's their starting 5 for the Bronx, wearing their home whites, trimmed in black and orange. They're moving left to right on your YouTube dial. Kelly Walsh in that dark green. Pretty much black, is it not? It looks black to me, boys.
I think it's black trimmed in green.
All right.
Let's go with black trimmed in green. Yeah.
Kelly Walsh, not a super tall team, so as far as who's bigger, Jackson is certainly not. But this will be a wash, I think, in height. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Jackson wins the tap, and it's Palmer Wetzel with the ball to start things off, working it to Aaron Larson. Aaron to brother Jesse. Jesse trying to work something inside. I'm not sure what he saw, but it never got there. Mason Eager scoops up the loose change, knocked out of bounds off Geitman.
And Will's very good with his hands. I think he's averaging 2 steals a game.
He's got some wings, doesn't he? He's a long dude. Float pass inside. Oh, that was pretty, but no finish as Duncan Gilliam missed the layup. No score, just underway in the first. Aaron triggers to Jesse, back to Aaron now. Inside to that pivot spot, and Palmer Wetzel threw it away and holds his hands up saying, hey, I need Geitman or Barazay to go get that. It was right between them both. But Larson's out here. Looks like Jackson in that 2-3 zone, the same that we'll see from the Trojans. Inside to Jonah Bollinger, now outside to Nichols. He misses. Jack Nichols is their 3-ball guy, and when he gets going from range, he can be deadly. Jesse Larson with it now to Palmer Wetzel. Wetzel likes to play an outside game for a big guy. His swing reminds me of Gavin Keelan. Wetzel back to Jesse Larson. Jesse Larson gets a nice pick from Barazay. Now hands off to Aaron. Aaron to Wetzel. Good defense. There's that zone I was telling you about the Trojans. Jackson trying to stretch it and bend it and find a crack in it, but they haven't yet.
Yes, and I like the patience they're having. Get the good shot.
Yeah. It's not there, so they're not forcing it. Wetzel, he wanted inside to Geitman, didn't get it. And there's Larson, rattles in and out, no good. Jesse saw something he liked, but could not get it. Here's Carter Alver, top of the key to Jack Nichols. Jack over to Duncan Gilliam, and now Eager to Nichols. Alvar, 3, good. Carter Alvar, 5'10 junior, has broke open the scoring. It's 3-0 Trojans 2 minutes in. Aaron Larson bounce pass to Barazay, kicks out to Jesse, who didn't like that look, still doesn't. Back out to Aaron around the perimeter. Again, Jackson looking for some kind of seam in that zone, and they don't get it. Stolen by Alvar. His pass to Jack Nichols almost coughed up. Jack in trouble. Barazay grabbed him. Jack on Jack, and Barazay caused the jump ball.
And that's what Jack Barazay does best. He's so good at bruising and just making the right plays, going for the ball, making it a jump ball.
Yeah. Jack Nichols inbounds to Bollinger. Now to Eager, and he's attracting attention. Both Larsons on him. Eager's going to get the twin look. Every time he looks up, there's going to be a Larson in his grill. Cross court, Mason Eager now working on Geitman. Kicks it back out to Carter. Inside to Gilliam. Now Bollinger. Nice play down low in the paint. He had the right idea, but Jonah couldn't get it to go. Jackson has the ball now, down 3. Still looking for their first points. Jesse to Palmer. Inside, wide open, Geitman. And his shot is blocked by Bollinger.
And Geitman's got to eliminate the dribble and just go up right away and score.
Yeah, he gave Bollinger time to go over and get him. Now, Bollinger's 6'4", so is Geitman. Both are juniors. So you'd think they'd cancel each other out, but Bollinger got the best of him there with the block. You're right. Will just had to go right up. Here's Larson. Tough defense, and Alvar's going to draw the foul as Carter was really rough with Larson there. First foul of the game is the Trojans, and it's going to be on Alvar. Now wholesale changes. After I said the Trojans don't go very deep in the bench, they switch up 3. Coach's kid, Rhett Roden out there, along with Logan Atnip. And a third who I'm trying to find. Jackson ball, Geitman wide open. Larson, he had the shot, but he didn't take it. Now Jesse. Well, you're not going to get too many looks. This zone, Kelly Walsh playing it well right now. I've seen their 2-3 zone get sloppy, but it isn't right now. It is flowing very fluidly with the ball. Here's Barazek. Underneath, Geitman. This time he did what you said, Matt.
Yes, that was a great pass. I thought he was going to pass that to Aaron in the corner, but Geitman was just right there. That was awesome.
Will Geitman, the second time he's been alone underneath the basket. This time he did what Max said. He went right up with it. It's 3-2. In the corner, Roden thought about it. Now goes cross court all the way to Jaden Becker. That's the third guy who came in. Now underneath, a lot of trouble, but Eager saves it. And back out for a reset. There's a tough shot to get off. Mason Eager with a rebound. His putback no good. Trojans 2 looks and came up empty.
And that is a great stop by Jackson. Jackson's going to need a lot of those tonight if they want to win.
Jackson down 3-2 with 3.5 to go. Barazay in that pivot spot. What do you call that spot where you work Barazay and it's his job to look to kick out?
We call it the nail, I believe.
The nail. Inside to Geitman. Hates the Barazay. Oh, baby. Woo! Will Geitman with the underhand pass to Barazay. And I think Kelly Walsh just figures Jack Barazay's not a shooter. He's not a threat. And Jack walked right in.
And Jack has always been great at cutting and knowing where to be on the floor.
There's a long one from Becker. That's short. And look who's on the rebound. Jesse Larson, all 5'9" of them.
They jump high.
Yes, they do. Wetzel, the Barazay. Launch from Larson, no good. Aaron wanted that one too strong. He's feeling a lot of juice early. He's got to settle down. Roden from 3, no good. Backdoor rebound up and in. Right there, Johnny on the spot was Logan Atnip, the sophomore, 6'5". Backdoor rebound and put it right back in. 5-4, Kelly Walsh, 2:20 to go in the opening frame. Here's Aaron Larson back to Jesse. Jesse got a nice screen from Barazay. He'll launch. Goal!
And that is a huge confidence boost for Jesse, who I've known in the past, he has struggled with confidence, and that's great to see it go through the net.
Give the assist to Barazay, who set a nice screen. That's all Jesse needed. And Jackson back out front, 7-5. Kelly Walsh inside. It's going to be Atnip. Now back outside to Jack Nichols. No good. Rebound, Geitman. Hands off to Larson. Brother to brother, and back to Aaron. Aaron, top of the key, way out, too far out to shoot. Gives it to Palmer. Wetzel, cross court to Jesse. Bounce pass inside. Geitman, there he is again. This time he's a little more covered. Geitman's been wide open for that, but this time he was doubled. Baseline jumper there from Jaden Becker. No good, and out of bounds. Jackson ball.
Yep, Palmer had good position, was able to draw that foul. It was very smart of Palmer.
Jackson's secret weapon is their number 6 man, Noah McKinney, off the bench, has been electric this season. Watch him. He's in the game now.
Oh, wait. Hey, is that Mason's brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Aaron Larson across the line. Jackson up 2. Down to the final 70 seconds in the first. Will Geitman Backdoor cut from McKinney. Finds an open Barazay underneath, and Barazay gave it away. Jack's just got to go to the hole there and stop that no kick out. Just a wasted opportunity. Long shot from Roden, no good. And Barazay with a rebound. Jack shooting more often is always a good idea, I think. Jack's just go put it up, Barazay. Here's McKinney to Wetzel. Jackson down to 45 seconds. They're up 7-5. Wetzel has not even tried a shot yet. Palmer can take over a game when he wants to. Aaron Larson gets loose for a moment. Now he's in trouble. Bounce pass into Barazay. Oh, he wanted McKinney. It didn't get there. Stolen away. Carter Alvar with it now. Alvar stolen away. Noah McKinney. And he puts it up, no good. Rebound try and knocked down hard is Aaron Larson, hard on his back. And Logan Atnett wants to know, is that on me? And the ref said, yeah.
That's as Larson as you're going to get it. Look at the hustle.
Yeah.
Just that rebound and that 30-inch vertical at least. Just amazing how he was able to get that.
Aaron was up there in the air for a while. Geitman with it now. Jackson playing for a last shot. Alvar steals it, but wait a minute. Oh, the reach in on Jesse Larson. Trying to prevent Carter Alvar from going the other way with it.
And you could say that was a smart foul because it kind of stopped the fast break.
Yeah, I think Alvar would have just went right home with it. 7-5 Jackson lead, 10 seconds. Last shot for the Trojans. We'll see. Alvar, top of the key. To Becker. Becker over to Roden. He's going to try the three, and he gets it. Rhett Roden with the triple. And he is the most dangerous shooter from distance on this Kelly Walsh team. He shows us why, and right at the buzzer makes it 8-7, a Kelly Walsh lead. That's how the first ends. We'll take a quick break, come back with a second quarter. After one, Kelly Walsh 8, Jackson 7.
The fastest internet in Jackson is coming your way. For a limited time, Silver Light Fiber Network is constructing fiber internet to homes in Jackson for free. Pick between 4 internet providers and swap at any time. See if you're in Silver Light's current area and check out which neighborhood is next at silverlight-fiber.com.
To the live action on KZ95, here's Jake Nichols.
We got a fresh 8 on the board. Jackson trail 8-7 as we head to the second quarter. I'm Jake, Kimmy K, Mac Fairbairn. Mac, low scoring first.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be another close game like the girls' game. Hopefully it stays close the whole way. And Jackson did a lot of good things, a lot of patience. They just got to keep on chipping away and keep going.
They haven't been able to get that 2-3 Trojan zone loose at all. And there's another steal. Trojans looking way better defensively than I've seen them on tape all year. There's Alvar from the corner. He's way off. In fact, it hit Bollinger in the head on that backside. And it'll be Jackson ball, 8-7. Palmer Wetzel comes out for a moment. I am going to suspect anyone who is not playing up to my standards of them, I'm going to suspect they are sick.
Yes.
And Palmer Wetzel doesn't look right to me. But I don't know. Here's Geitman. He looks really right to me. His pass to Barazay, and he's going to be a jump ball, or did he get fouled?
Jump.
A ball.
Okay.
Palmer's,
Palmer's right back in, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Palmer's going to go right into the game because I think Will had an open look and didn't shoot it.
Palmer's just been too quiet. That's all I'm saying. For a guy like him. Here's Kelly Walsh. Eager off the back of the rim, no good. He's been quiet as well. Jack Nichols with a nice stutter step inside. What a play. Duncan Gillian with a finish. That was a nice look. You always think Jack Nichols is going to shoot. He fooled you there, and he found Duncan Gilliam all alone down low. And the 6'4 junior did not miss. 10-7. Trojans. Aaron Larson working pitch and catch with Wetzel. Look out. We left that ball in the air a long time. Eager almost took it. Another near steal, but Jack Nichols is going to get the foul here on Aaron Larson. I believe it'll be on Jack Nichols, number 2. It is his first.
Yep. I think that was a double foul.
He got his money's worth.
No, I'm going to say, I mean.
Yeah, Jack Nichols, part of that 3-headed Nichols brother that included Jace, and I forget the other kid that graduated.
I also forgot, but I remember playing against them.
They're all good, yeah. Here's Aaron Larson being watched by Carter Alvar, now to Wetzel. Palmer Wetzel in trouble, pulled up his dribble. He's got no help. There it is. It's Jesse Larson over to Noah McKinney. McKinney puts a nice move on Eager and then lost the handle. I think he wasn't sure what he wanted to do, and Aaron was running over to help, and he just lost the handle. It looked like a nice move. He faked himself out, I guess, is what happened. As Jackson gets a change, they'll give Jesse a break and Ryder Chapman in to see some action. Ryder's played well of late. Watch this kid, number 31, as Mason Eager hits a 3. And he's been quiet, and not anymore.
Yeah, and that look was just too open and too good to pass up. A very good look for Kelly Walsh.
Wetzel floats a pass into Bereze, who had trouble tracking it down, so he wasn't able to get a shot off. Here's Aaron Larson out to Noah McKinney as Elliott tries to find answers off the bench. Chapman and McKinney in there now. The 2 non-starters as Bereze works the nail, hands off to Aaron Larson rather. Aaron back to Wetzel. Palmer gonna try the right lane, but he doesn't like it. What a pass to McKinney. And Noah couldn't put it in. Good defense by Jack Nichols, came flying over. Noah saw him though, just couldn't make the shot.
And I think Noah just jumped too early.
Yeah, could be. Mason Eager down low, and he's
that was all ball.
challenged by Jack Bereze. You know Bereze's not going to give you anything down there if he's in the vicinity. But it isn't on him, or is it?
It is on him.
Okay. Jack's first. Eager to the line, and this guy just never misses from here. Best free throw shooter on the team next to Bollinger, and he makes that one. 14-7 football score. Eager's second is good. And it's 15-7 Trojans. Jackson needs something big now, right, Mac?
Yes, it's been very dry first start of the second quarter.
A lot of empty trips. Chapman, nice pass into Wetzel. This is the guy who's got to get going, and there it is. Palmer Wetzel. Nice job to fake his man in the air and then put it in real easy. Jack Nichols finds Bollinger. Bollinger to Eager. And oh boy, this is where you got to call timeouts. Mason Eager hits another 3, and it's 18-9. And he can get streaky hot. Oh, McKinney! What a big one. And that's a 3. And it's 18-12, and we do get the timeout, but it's not Jackson. I don't think. Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, Matt called a timeout after a made 3. That was something Hayden Hatfield used to do.
Yeah.
But I think this one is going to work out to the Bronx' favor. McKinney just, he had 4 threes against Teton, I believe, 3 or 4, and he's just a great spot-up shooter. That's what Jackson needs, is just threes will get him back into this game, as Kelly Walsh is doing the same thing. Both these teams, it's amazing how similar they play. It's zone versus zone, 3 versus 3s.
True, and they can go through long periods where they don't look great, and then all of a sudden they can heat up, and yeah, they do remind me of mirror images of one another. Jackson looking for their first win of the year. Kelly Walsh is on the wrong side of 500 basketball, but they're on a 3-game win streak. They'd like to keep it going here on this road trip. They got Star Valley tomorrow. Jackson returns the trip to Casper on Valentine's weekend. And we'll be there for that action. Mac, you want to be our date for Valentine's? Go to Casper?
Potentially.
Okay.
Casper is a long ways away.
I know. I'm used to rejection. Just say no.
Well, I'll have to look at my schedule.
18-12, 4:44 to go in the half. Jackson down 6. Kelly Walsh ball, and it's Rhett Roden who hit that big 3 at the buzzer to end the first. Roden to Nichols. Back to Roden. Noah McKinney watching him. Now McKinney picks up Eager. So does Barazay, and they take it away.
Nice.
Noah McKinney and Jack Barazay. I don't want either of those guys anywhere near me. Man, they just took it from Mason. Oh, Chapman, the lefty, with a long three. No good. Rebound Barazay. Can't get it to go. And Jack pokes his own rebound into the corner where Rhett Roden picks it up. 4:05. Pass floated inside to Bollinger. Ooh, he got whacked. Oh, that was Atnip, sorry. And that pass goes out of bounds. Jackson Ball getting a little sloppy here as Jesse comes in for Aaron in the twin switch. And it's Jesse rather, bringing it up. Along with Wetzel next to him. Palmer has it now. Trigger, corner. This is McKinney, and he misses. Eager on the backdoor rebound. Mason Eager brings it up. Going to slow the pace? Yeah. No, inside. He works it to Atnip. Now outside to Eager, and he missed. Rebound bounces around into the hands of Wetzel. Up ahead to Jesse Larson. Back to Palmer. Palmer floats one to Barazay, and they got the reach over. That was Logan Atnip. You know, Barazay reminds me of those big body tight ends in football where if he has position on you, you can't do anything about it except reach over the top of him and take a foul.
Yep, and Jackson's got to do more of that. Draw those fouls, score with the clock not running.
Noah McKinney showing off some handles. Almost took it back cross court, but
get open.
He's okay. Gets it to Jesse Larson. Jesse with Roden on him. Flip-flops with Chapman. Now that baseline pass stolen by Eager, or not Eager. Not sure who that was. Jaden Becker who saw it all the way. Nichols to Becker to Roden, and he's no good from the baseline. But the rebound is Kelly Walsh. Good job boxing out there on Barazay by Logan Atnip. Inside to Eager. He missed that shot. Rebound. That doesn't go either.
Somebody get that
Kelly
rebound.
Walsh is hitting the boards hard here. Finally, Jackson gets a handle on it. Logan Atnip missed. Bollinger missed. And that was steal by Eager. Up ahead to Becker. His layup, no good. Jack Barazay with a rebound. He can't buy one right now. 2:20 to go in the second quarter. Jackson down 6. And it just might stay there until the half. Here's Barazay. He drives. Oh, Jack Barazay. I didn't think he had any room there, Matt.
Yeah. I love the aggressiveness of Jack Barazay. That just shows his improvement.
Yeah.
He's always been solid at scoring, but he's looking to score every time, and I love it.
Jack had to create that all for himself, and I thought he had no room. Here's Roden. Nice move to get around Chapman. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Wetzel. And reaching in is Jack Nichols. He didn't like to call, or is that Eager? Sorry. Eager usually wears the leg sleeve, but he's not tonight, so I'm having trouble identifying him. That's Mason Eager, his second. He normally wears the orange kicks and one of those leg sleeve things, but he's
throwing you
fooling me.
off.
He's going incognito. Here's Palmer Wetzel with it now. Roden guarding him. Palmer into Barazay. That pass almost surprised Jack. Kick out to Aaron Larson. Drives baseline. Nah, there's not much there. And he'll walk it back out.
Oops.
Wetzel. Right here at the near elbow. Cross court. Dangerous. Looking for that was Duncan Gilliam. Wetzel with it now to Barazay. Barazay hot off that bucket. Going to hand off to Wetzel. Drives baseline. Kick out. Wide open. Larson. Jesse can't get it. And the ball will hit that cable out of bounds.
And
that was a good look.
That's a really good look for Jackson. That's the shot that you want every time.
Yeah. Good ball movement. And that's what's there in that 2-3 zone, I think, with Kelly Walsh. Something I saw on film is they can lose track of that backdoor guy standing on the baseline. He's all alone. And that's a nice shot. What a touch by Becker as he spins it and puts that one down. 21-14. That was a 3, and that looked pretty. Wetzel has his pass stolen away. This is Roden as he passes to Elvar and back out. It's Jaden Becker again. That kid's got a nice touch. Gee whiz. His second 3 in about 20 seconds. and Kelly Walsh up 10. Chapman, dangerous pass to Wetzel to a wide open Jesse. Aaron's going to launch.
Ooh.
No good. Rebound Kelly Walsh and the Trojans. To Roden, he'll try a three. That's no good. Palmer Wetzel sky high for the rebound and a jump ball. Palmer should have pulled that ball away from Bollinger.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah.
Was he thinking for a foul maybe?
Maybe he knew the arrow was his way, but he could have ripped that out of Bollinger's hands. Jackson down 10 all of a sudden with 8 seconds to go in the half. Bounce pass to Wetzel, bounce pass to Berzay. Double team, but he tries anyway, and he draws the foul. Berzay is not a bad free throw shooter. The stats show that he's kind of average, but Kimmy, you and I have seen him. He's got a good touch from the line.
One game, didn't he only miss one?
Yeah, the lefty puts one up, gets a shooter's roll, it's in. 24-15. Kelly Walsh will have very little time to do anything when they get the ball. 3.9 seconds. Berzay toes the line. The lefty spins it, throws it, gets it. 2 for 2. Kelly Walsh going to try for a last shot. It's Roden again. And he got it! Rhett Roden, the second time he's hit a three at the buzzer. Wow. And that's the coach's kid. I guess when you draw one up and you're the coach, you say, go do this.
Yeah, that's a pretty incredible shot. Got to say it's a huge momentum shift. Even though Kelly Walsh does have the momentum, it just adds more fuel to the fire.
Well, let's see if Jackson can do what Kelly Walsh girls did, and that's flip the script after the half, because they need to find another gear. 27-16 as both teams head to the locker room. We'll be right back with the second half and the first half halftime statistics when we come back. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
One good play can improve a team's chance of winning the game. And when executed properly over and over again, that play can take a team far. One good decision when you get behind the wheel can do the same. Approximately half of the people who lose their lives on Wyoming roads each year were not wearing a seatbelt. Stay in the game, Wyoming. Buckle up every time you get in your vehicle. It's a winning play. This message brought to you by WYDOT.
Let's take a look at the stats and recap what we saw in the first half. I mean, take away Roden's 2 buzzer threes, and that would be 6. It would be 21-16. And maybe take away Becker, who suddenly got hot. He had 2 6s in the span of like 15 seconds. But it just shows that Kelly Walsh has got a lot of ways to hurt you. This is not a team that shoots real well at times, and then when they're shooting well, they're shooting well. And boy, Jack Nichols, Mason Eager, usual suspects for points, but tonight it's been Becker and Roden a little bit. What's the numbers say, Kimmy?
Still say Eager's up there, sorry.
Okay.
Eager has the most with 8. Both Becker and Roden have 6 each. Alvar has 3. Atnip has 2.
Yeah, Kelly Walsh done a lot of damage.
Gillum has 2 too, sorry.
Trojans done a lot of damage from distance, from beyond the arc for sure. What has Jackson got? Numbers?
Well, we kind of spread the wealth. Jesse Larson has 3. Noah McKinney has 3. Jack has 2. Oh, wait. Jack has more than 2, I think. Sorry, but this says Jack has 2. Wetzel has 2. And Gatman has 6.
Yeah, I think one of Geitman's is Bereze's.
Yeah, I was going to say Geitman's free throws.
But-
it's listed here, but it's Bereze. Yeah, so Bereze has 4.
Either way, Mac, what has Jackson got to do to fix this mess? 16 points for the half is not enough. They got to get more offense. What do they need to do to turn this around?
Well, for starters, they got to hit more threes. They've had a lot of great looks, and I know those looks they're just bound to fall. I think you got to get Palmer Wetzel more involved in the offense. He only has 2 points, and while he's averaging 10 to 11 points a game, that should hopefully mean he's going to score at least 6 to 8 points in this second half, but we need a monster game from Palmer. He is arguably the most talented player on the team and has the ability to hit shots, but he almost looks afraid to shoot. Granted, Kelly Walsh has had very solid defense. Their zone has just been harmful to Jackson, but Palmer's got to get more offense going or attack the rim the way Jack has been doing. Jack's been great at attacking the rim and making the smart plays, looking for those corners, and they'll start falling. Shots will start to fall. They just got to get the right shots.
Yeah, credit Kelly Walsh. I thought that 2-3 zone, from what I've seen on film in the early season, is their disadvantage. I thought it was the one player where they could be attacked, and it turns out that is their strength so far. Jackson has just not found a way to exploit it, and there's been a lot of steals. Kelly Walsh played very, obviously, look at the points. Kelly Walsh played great defense, running just 16 points on the road. And the Trojans in command right now, 27-16. They're back out on the floor, first team back out. And, yeah, you got to make some shots here. Palmer Wetzel, we need to see more of him for sure.
Really quiet.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, it could be because he is under the weather. He did say he wasn't looking right. But I also, Aaron Larson has only taken 1 3. Jesse's had more shots than Aaron has, which I'm a fan of. I love to see Jesse shooting. I want to see Aaron shoot. It's hard. Kelly Walsh is a big team for their zone. They're long. They've gotten many steals with their long arms. And Jackson's just got to get quick passes, crisp passes, angles, and then defensively just more closeouts, closing out harder on those three-point shooters.
You know, Mac, similar, you could tell us this. Mac Fairbairn was a Jackson Bronc not long ago, and he's played with some of these kids still out there. You could tell us best, but the zone defense, similar, I think, to a quarterback looking at a zone defense from a secondary in football. Sometimes they can be exploited if a team doesn't play good zone or you're smart about where you're going with the ball. Other times when they're playing a zone well, it can really cause turnovers because you think you see something. And a lot of players who play in that zone, these Kelly Walsh Trojans, they may kind of show you something. They may say, I know that's my guy over there behind me. I'm going to pretend I'm looking at this guy, and it's sneaky. Zone can be your own worst enemy, or it can cause a lot of turnovers when you play it right. Trojans are eating up the Bronx with this 2-3 zone.
Yes, and one thing I would say to the Bronx is make more pass fakes. Pass fakes is everything against the zone. If you fake a pass, you're going to move the whole five players.
You'll get somebody jumping trying to block it, and it's not even a pass.
And then
I like it.
Yeah, that should hopefully leave more openness.
Fake passes make the Trojans overcommit, take advantage of their aggressiveness. The 2-3 zone, the zone defense requires you to just be in an area and then make smart decisions about when the ball comes into your area, what do you do? But what do you do when the ball fake comes into your area? Aha! I like it. Go down there and tell Coach Matt Elliott we got to fake more passes. And we got to make more shots, man. It's 27-16 at the half. We'll be right back and tap this one. 16 minutes guaranteed, maybe more, as these two teams get it on here in the second half. Kelly Walsh up 11. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 and the Jackson Hole Radio Sports Network.
Jackson Lumber, the board store, Jackson's oldest business and only true lumber yard in town. Jackson Lumber's hardware people are the best in the business, and they do it right the first time. Jackson Lumber works with people who make a living building, so the tools they sell are definitely the best hand tools and power tools available, with names like Vest Tool, Milwaukee, Makita, Skillsaw, Senco, Fine, and DeWalt. Jackson Lumber, the board store at 130 South Gromont. Call 733-6000, 733-6000.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Just a quick reminder, you can catch this game. Obviously, if you hear us, you already know that, but to just remind you, if you can't watch on a smart screen, if you can only listen on radio, that's fine. We're on KZ95, 95.3 FM, on the internet at KZ95.live for the audio only. If you want to see the whole ball of wax, the live stream, we're on YouTube. The channel is Jackson Hole Radio on YouTube, and make sure you're subscribed while you're there. We'll be on the air again tomorrow. Mac, you going to be with us? We'll be here in the morning, I think.
It depends. I should probably make it, I think.
Mac's a game time decision. Write that down, Jimmy. We'll take on the Trona tomorrow. It's an all-Casper weekend here at home as we really dive right into conference play. Jackson Bronx have competed in 2 early season tournaments, had 1 home game against Teton non-conference. So it's really been a start to the season, as it always is. You play a few games, then you take Christmas break, and you try to find some kind of rhythm. Let's find it here in the second half if we can. Jackson has to erase an 11-point deficit, and they got to do better than 16 points at a half. That's not going to work on any night against any opponent.
Oh, no. That might be a quarter score.
Yeah, we got to get going here. Both teams back out on the floor. We'll switch sides. Kelly Walsh still wearing the black and green. Jackson in their home whites. Kelly Walsh moving left to right now on the YouTube screen. Inbounds from Carter Alvar into Jack Nichols, back to Alvar. Carter back to Jack. Thought about a 3, won't do it. Into the nail with Bollinger. His shot no good. And a jump ball.
I believe so.
Just underway here in the third quarter. Jackson down 11. They have possession. And it's Aaron Larson to Jesse, back to Aaron. Double team, almost got away from it, but did not, or did he? Yes, he did. He saved it. The timeout from Elliott to save his guy. Good job by Larson, who was surrounded by 3 Trojans, and coach bailed him out.
And it was interesting to see. That's the first time Kelly Walsh has done that all game. They've had high pressure, but they were 30 feet away from the basket closing out on Aaron and Jesse.
Yes, we have not seen Kelly Walsh trap, and I have seen very little of it watching him on film. They don't look for that aggressive trap. They sit back in a very relaxed 2-3 zone, and they rarely come out and look to get a turnover, especially up 11 on the road. I was surprised. That's aggressive for Kelly Walsh, for sure. They're making a statement. They came out and tried to get Larson to cough it up. So they're still playing. Credit Kelly Walsh. Jackson Bronx need to wake up here with 7:38 to go in the third. Down 27-16. Palmer Wetzel will trigger in right in front of his own bench. Get some last-minute advice from assistant coach. Kelly Walsh has Eager, Bollinger, Nichols, Alvar, and Gilliam on the floor. Jackson with the Larson twins, Wetzel, Berazet, and McKinney. That one coughed up, but it was poked out of bounds by Alvar. Jackson ball. Palmer Wetzel in front of the black hole. Looking for somebody. That somebody is Jesse in the backcourt, or Aaron, sorry. Aaron bounced past to McKinney, and that was a bad pass. Bollinger stole it and now feeds underneath, and the bucket is made. That's Jack Nichols. 29-16. That's not the way to start the second. Larson to Larson here. And, yeah, look at how far out Kelly Walsh. They changed up the defense here, and they are swarming. They're giving Jackson a new look, and I'm wondering if Coach Elliott needs to call a TO and talk about that. That's a whole new defense here. Eager up ahead to Alvar. Back to Nichols. His long three, no good, but Eager with a rebound. Turnaround jumper. Good, Mason Eager.
And that's a tough shot to make.
That
Fade away
is.
long, too.
You don't see the basket till the very last second. You turn around and let it go, and boy, that was a shooter shot. Jackson with it now. McKinney with a nice feed into Jesse Aaron Larson, and Aaron finished.
And I love how Aaron's not afraid to go right at the rim every time.
Yes, that's in amongst the trees, but he did it anyway. Jackson with the ball, 6:15 to go in the third. McKinney corner jumper. Oh, he got himself in the air. Was able to pass it, but the pass was off the mark and knocked out of bounds, stolen away. Kelly Walsh with it now. Palmer Wetzel comes out for a blow. And he's replaced by Geitman. Kelly Walsh with it, up 31-18. There's Eager, and he had an open look over Geitman, but he missed the shot. Will comes down with a rebound. Aaron Larson up across the line, bumps into Nichols, and there's that trap again, and a steal. It forced the turnover. I have not seen the Trojans do that on film, and I bet the Bronx haven't either. And that is baffling them right now.
Well, here's the interesting thing I'm seeing is they're trapping because Larsons do have the height disadvantage, but no one's really moving for the Bronx. They're just
To
have
help
their
out.
feet stuck in mud.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can take advantage of the fact that you've got 2 and 3 guys coming way out to trap you. Somebody's loose underneath, but the Larsons can't find that guy because there's just too many hands in their face. Here's Eager with another post up. Good, Mason Eager. Makes it 33-18. And Jackson going the wrong direction here, and most of it has been the Trojan defense. That's knocked out of bounds by Gilliam, out of the hands of McKinney. The Trojan defense right now is on another level. Coach Roden is dialed up some D here, and it's got Jackson stymied. McKenna. And McKinney can't even get a pass off. I mean, they can't even make a pass without going into the backcourt. It's just relentless, these Trojans.
And that might just be a source of inexperience for Noah. Just picking up the dribble too far from the basket is always tough.
Yes, Noah McKinney, the junior. That ball inside of Duncan Gilliam. He looking for some help. Duncan was kind of open, though. Eager, dishes. Oh, something went wrong there as Becker drained it. Boy, that Jaden Becker has got a stroke. But before the shot, what happened?
That's a good question. I didn't see.
I'm not for sure.
I mean, the pass to Becker, and he just, bam, his third three, but erase it, and it's Jackson ball. This is Jesse Larson to Wetzel, back to Larson, back to Wetzel. Jackson trying to find some kind of crack in this zone. And there's another steal. Pass intended for Bereзе, stolen away by Nichols. Here's Nichols with the layup. Won't go, but the rebound Trojans. That shot, good. And Logan Atnip hit it, and it might have been helped by the Bronx from behind.
Yes, and interesting thing about this boys' game, similar to the girls' game, they're missing a lot of inside looks that you just would think would go in.
Yeah. Oh, nice play. That's Palmer Wetzel that we're used to. Palmer,
It's like he woke up.
Palmer drives the right block, 2 and 1. And that looks like the old Wetzel as he awaits his free throw. Draws Jackson within 15. That's how fast this one's gotten out of hand. 35-20. As Wetzel trying to make it the conventional 3. Line drive shot, in and out, no good. Jack Nichols with it now for the Trojans. Posts up, got a look, and got the bucket. Is that 3? It is.
That's 3.
And no one stopped ball. That's the issue. That's just too open of a look.
Yeah, coming off, that's your defensive discipline coming off. There's Bereзе with a nice look, but that shot off the back iron. Coming off a missed free throw, is it set defense? Do you have assignments? You got to know what you're doing, Mac?
Yes, and that's a little bit of a gray area because on the fast break, that's when you have to forget your matchup and stop the ball at the three-point line. But once it gets set up, that's when you go back to your matchups.
Yeah. Atnip, meanwhile, hits a 2 for Kelly Walsh, biggest lead of the night, 40-20 Trojans. Palmer Wetzel with it now, being watched by Nichols. Wetzel drives right down Broadway, and he gets it. Second trip in a row that the Broncs have gotten the rim attack from Wetzel. We need more of that. Nichols inside, now kick out. Nichols again distributing. It's Eager, and he's off the mark. Rebound Palmer Wetzel. Jackson with it. Will Geitman goes right to the rack. And this seems to be intentional, Mac. 3 straight trips down and 3 times that the Broncs just attacked the rim.
Yep, and while the Broncs have the bigger lineup, both twins are out. This is the first time I've seen that all season. With both twins out, they're using their size, and they're going to the hoop, which I think is a start strategy to try and come back and get high percentage shots, but they will need threes eventually to chip into this lead. It's just too big.
Good point. Broncs are going big here. The twins off the floor. That's where the Trojans seem to be eyeing their trap, their double and triple team trap. Coach Elliott counters with the bigs. Possibly working here, but the first one missed. Geitman's got the second, and it's 40-23 with 3:20 to go in the third. Geitman comes off now. Chapman in for the Broncs. Chapman, we get our first look at Ethan Hoffman as well. Pass inside. Noah McKinney causes a turnover. Duncan Gillian. Good defense by McKinney, who's playing both ends of the court offensively. Defensively, he's also always busy with his hands.
Yes, he's very chippy.
Woo! Out off the bench, Ethan Hoffman hits. And that's a 3. And where did this kid come from? Here's Roden. Kicks out to Alvar. Back to Roden. He'll try a 3. This kid wicked hot, but he needs the buzzer in his ear to make a shot. He missed that one. Here's Palmer Wetzel working on Duncan Gilliam. Wetzel kick out to Chapman. Now Wetzel with an in-lane drive. Jackson's finding the way to beat that zone is just go right at the rack. It's working. There's Alvar with a pop shot. 10-footer, no good.
All right.
Jackson with a rebound. McKinney up ahead. He wants Chapman. Chapman up. He's got it right at Chapman.
Well,
Jackson within 10. And a timeout. Coach Roden as the Broncs pushing back. Well, that's an answer.
You got to love the resilience. All of those points on that run were within 5 feet. They finally figured out that's got to be the strategy to come back into this game, and they did it perfectly. Now they just got to do it more and more. The lead got very large. It was 18. Now it's down to 10.
Now we'll see strategy of the two coaches, the great minds going to work. Coach Elliott answered that poor, anemic offense in the first half with a different strategy. Let's go right. Let's play big and go right to the paint. And let's see if Coach Roden for the Kelly Walsh Trojans recognizes something and counters with a little something different. We'll see. Chess match is on, though. Jackson is drawn within 10. Kelly Walsh ball. It's Bollinger. Kick out to Eager. He's wide open. You can't give him that look, and he missed, though. And McKinney was trying for the home run pass, and Bollinger got a hand on it. Yeah, and Coach Elliott is telling Noah, the young kid, he's like, get a hold of yourself. I know you thought you saw something, but be smart with a ball. Wetzel. Hands off to McKinney. Noah, the junior, gets a screen from Wetzel. Now to Berizet, back to Kinney. McKinney drives the lane, picks up a double team, and got a foul. I think Bollinger ran into him. Good job, Noah McKinney. And the message from Coach Elliott is go right to the basket.
Yes, Kelly Walsh has committed 4 fouls this quarter. They need one more to be in the bonus, and then it will be free throws for Jackson.
McKinney floats one to Berizet. Berizet bounce pass inside to Wetzel. Nice fake. Puts up a shot. No good.
There's the fifth foul.
There's that foul we were looking for. Yeah, Jackson has just totally switched it up, and the game plan now is to sit the Twins and just pound the rock inside. It's working. Wetzel to the line, and he's got that one. Wetzel is 71% free throw shooter, best on the team. 1:36 to go in the third. Jackson drawn within 9 now. What a pushback from the Bronx. Oh, Wetzel short. Kelly Walsh rebound. Jack Nichols with it now. Jack up ahead to a wide open Alvar. The three from the corner, no good. And McKinney got over the back. I'm surprised there was no call there. Noah had the rebound, and somebody over the back knocked it out of bounds.
Yes, and Jack was risky saving it under his own basket. But now Kelly Walsh, like you said, they're streaky shooting, and now they're starting to get cold.
Yeah. Yep, they're kind of getting cold. Got to take advantage of that. Here's Hoffman inside Geitman, and another foul. Will Geitman drew it, and I think it's Bollinger is the guilty party, maybe, although Eager is complaining the most. Who was that? It is Bollinger, his third.
I'll say.
And Jackson in the bonus now. It'll be Geitman to the line. Will 1 for 4 coming in from the charity stripe. Make it 1 for 5 now as he misses that one. Barazay in for Wetzel. Jackson staying big. They got as much size on the court as they can muster, including 2 kids we haven't seen a lot of, and that's Hoffman and Chapman. Geitman missed them both. Down to 1:05 in the third. Elva, he's wide open for a moment. Cross court, Nichols. Jack being watched by Chapman. Cross court, Eager lost the handle, saves it. No, he doesn't. Goes right into the hands of Jack Barazay. Jackson with the turnover. Barazay drives the left block, puts it up and in. Jack Barazay with the left-handed layup. Barazay, that's a tough shot, Matt.
Yes,
he was well covered.
But Jack's gotten way better at finishing. His finishing ability is much improved.
Absolutely. McKinney gets a foot on that ball. Carter Alvar was trying to pass. Jackson's ramping up a little defense of their own. They've drawn within 7 now. What a comeback. Here's Mason Eager, double teamed. And a whistle. And boy, I didn't see a lot of contact there. Oh my. That's going to be on
Hoffman.
Ethan Hoffman, the sophomore. And there was not much. Eager will inbounds. 40 to 33, 23 seconds. And almost a steal, but Hoffman collided with his own teammate. That shot missed. Rebound, Kelly Walsh. Good job by Duncan Gilliam. Eager, looking inside for Bollinger, and it's swatted away, or Atnip rather, out of bounds. It'll be Kelly Walsh ball. Coach Elliott is emphatically calling for some kind of half-court defense here. It'll be inbounds by Alvar. Ryder Chapman on him, floats one. That was dangerous, but it got to Eager. Now Eager lost the handle. Mason is just kind of upset with himself. He's had butterfingers in these last few minutes. It'll be still Kelly Walsh ball. Alvar will inbounds in front of his own bench, watched by Hoffman. And that's stolen away. Noah McKinney. His shot no good, but Jack Nichols straws the foul. Noah McKinney.
The crowd is just loving it, and that's a huge momentum play. I was wanting to say Jackson needs to stop with the last 23 seconds, stop another buzzer beater from happening, and Noah just did that by getting that steal.
McKinney's so good at that defensively, to have anticipating passes and stealing them. Yes. He makes that. Well, Jackson's best friend right now is a stop clock, getting free points here from the line as McKinney will look to eye another. Jackson now within 6, 40-34, 1.4 seconds. So after this, probably not going to be anything much that happens. We'll see. Shot missed. Rebound is Bollinger, and he just airmails one, or rather Logan Atnip. So no buzzer beater there from Roden, thankfully, and Jackson showing something in the third quarter, huh, Mac?
Yes, they scored more points in the third quarter than they did in the first half.
Whoa.
They had 18 points in the third quarter and 16 at half, so there you go, Kimmy K. There's your more points in a quarter.
Yeah, that was big. It's 40-34 after the first three. We got another guaranteed 8 minutes, maybe more, when we come back. You're enjoying Bronx basketball on KZ95 of the Jackson Hole Radio.
They say the best offense is a good defense. This theory applies on Wyoming's roads and highways just as much as it does on the basketball court. Always know road conditions before you head out. Visit wyoroad.info, download YDOT's 511 app, or call 511 for current conditions. Buckle up every trip, every time, and put away distractions, especially your phone, so you're better prepared for the unexpected. Finally, never drink and drive, not even a little, because buzz driving is drunk driving. This message brought to you by YDOT.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
It's gut check time for the Trojans, and for the Bronx, how bad do you want it? Kelly Walsh trying to get the home crowd out of its head as all of a sudden Jackson's got the fans behind them and momentum turning.
Yep, they're within striking distance, and if they could get more stops, that'll be critical.
Jack Nichols with the ball for Kelly Walsh. Their shooting guard works it inside to Gilliam. He wanted Atnip, but Logan Atnip, the sophomore, got fouled by Barazay. No. Noah McKinney picks up his second. First foul for Jackson in the quarter. This Mason Eager wide open from Coffin corner, and he got it. Eager got lost in the wash there, and he drilled the three. It's 43-34. Palmer Wetzel with it now. Jackson stays big on the floor. Larsons are parked. Geitman with it now. Geitman hands off to Palmer Wetzel. Jackson a little bit of a weave. Palmer Wetzel, left-handed layup, no good. Will Geitman with a putback. All 6'4" of the junior Will Geitman, as he was right there with the board and the bucket.
And he used his height to his advantage and just kept it high.
Jack Nichols short on the three. Palmer Wetzel with a rebound. Up ahead to McKinney. Noah to a wide open Chapman. It's good. Ethan Hoffman. Ethan Hoffman starting to feel it now. That's his second three. Here's Mason Eager with an answer. No good, and I think Palmer Wetzel got a piece of that. Here comes Hoffman again. It's good! Ethan Hoffman! Jackson now within two, 43-41. Palmer Wetzel with a steal, and Jackson's got the ball. Wetzel. He's going to slow it down a little bit. Wide open is McKinney. Long three is short. Rebound, Kelly Walsh. Losing the handle is Gilliam, but the Trojans get it back. Jack Nichols with the ball. And Jackson, after the half, have become another team.
Yeah, Kelly Walsh now looking nervous.
Yeah. Kelly Walsh shot. That's a good one. Big answer there from Logan Atnip to make it 45-41. 4-point lead for the Trojans. Just under 6 to go in regulation. Noah McKinney bounce pass into Wetzel. Palmer finds Geitman. Geitman bounce pass to Wetzel inside. Returns the favor. And Wetzel, he's up and in. Palmer Wetzel working on two Trojans and found a spot between them. What a shot, Mac.
That was great. Palmer just using his height. I've seen that played and drawn for Andrew Hanna last year, but this time it was for Palmer Wetzel, and he just went right up with it. Reverse layup. Beautiful.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we get a foul on Hoffman as he makes contact. Coach Roden for the Trojans has countered Jackson's big with his bigs. He's got Bollinger, Atnip, both 6'4", 6'5", as he tries to get big as well. And look at that kid. Rhett Roden has been the difference maker as he hits another three to make it 48-43. Barazay with the ball now for Jackson to Palmer Wetzel. Jackson has been making points in the third and fourth quarter in the paint. We'll see if they want to get in there again. Looking for that seam in the zone. Although it looks like Kelly Walsh is kind of manning up now. Palmer Wetzel bumps there with Jack Nichols. That wasn't much, but it was enough.
He's got to have 3 or 4 on him right now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got at least 3, I think. Yeah, his third.
And Jackson should try and attack him more to start to end this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Kelly Walsh does not play a lot of guys, thin bench. Ooh. They should get real physical here and just keep pounding inside. Wetzel with a nice spin move in the lane, and he gets it. Palmer Wetzel makes it 48-45, and he'll go to the line to make it 3 if he can get this. Oh, boy.
And like I said at halftime, Palmer needs to get going, and he's definitely doing that. I think Palmer's got to be in double figures.
Oh, I did my camera thing again?
You did your camera thing again.
Man. 48-45.
Ouch. It was so exciting, too.
Jackson down 3, 4:44 to go in the fourth. Geitman will inbounds underneath Jackson's own basket. Will looking. Bounce pass to McKinney, who is wide open, but coming in from behind was Jaden Becker. And he caused McKinney to cough it up. Becker did just enough. Jackson with the turnover. Down 3, Kelly Walsh with the ball, trying to extend their lead. Jack Nichols trying to settle his team down. The steady senior whips it over to Roden, the junior. Now inside of Bollinger. He's going to try one. No good. But he'll get the foul, I believe, Berzay. Bollinger's been quiet for Kelly Walsh, averaging 4.5 a game coming in, the 6'4 junior. He'll go to the line here. He's not a great... Actually, he is a very good free throw shooter. 83% from the line, and he's got that one.
Got that one.
Kelly Walsh up 4. Bollinger's second is no good. Rebound Jackson. Berzay tipped it to McKinney. And now over to Palmer Wetzel. Jackson with the ball, 4:22 to go in regulation. Berzay kicks it out to Palmer Wetzel. Now to Geitman, back to Wetzel. Not much going on in the interior, and that's where Jackson was making their points. Palmer pulls up, no good.
Ooh.
Jack Berzay with a rebound. His putback won't go either. No foul. They're playing rough in there. And Jack Nichols gets it to Mason Eager. Eager walks right around Berzay and puts it in.
That was a very nifty move by Eager. Very smart.
It was. Berzay was waiting for him like a bear in a cave, and Eager just danced around him. Ethan Hoffman with it now for Jackson, watched by Roden. Now to McKinney. Geitman, McKinney thought about a long 3. No. Gets his dribble back over to Berzay in front of the black hole. McKinney, there's not much in that zone now. Jackson finding little to work on. There's Berzay in that point. Left-hand shot, too strong. Rebound comes out to Mason Eager.
Darn.
Jackson now missing those shots down low. And Jack Nichols with the ball, slowing the pace. Per Coach Roden, who says, hey, don't get in a hurry here. We're up 6 rather. Here's Mason Eager, hands off to Roden. Thought about it, but Wetzel got in the air and convinced him not to. Bollinger kick out. Wide open, shot blocked. Geitman got a piece of that. Jaden Becker, who we were admiring his smooth stroke, but Geitman got a piece of it. Meanwhile, right underneath was Geitman, and he missed the layup. All of a sudden, nobody can make a basket. Timeout, Roden. I agree. Let's talk to the troops, huh? We need a bucket here.
This is a good timeout. Jackson now starting to miss shots when they really need it the most, and it's just hard to swallow. Good looks inside, but Kelly Walsh, give them credit. They're getting those stops, and now Jackson needs to get those stops, but quickly. They can't let Kelly Walsh waste too much time, and it's really too bad. that Wyoming does not have the shot clock yet. That's going to be incorporated, I think, next year is when the shot clock is coming. That would totally change the outcome of this game because that would force Kelly Walsh to have to shoot it.
Kelly Walsh, the road team, and the lead, very intent on just burning clock here. That's usually a road team is going to make the home team win it. And right now, the Trojans got to feel pretty good. 6-point lead with 2.5 to go. 2:38 to be specific. Let's see if Coach Elliott counters with his bigs again. He found the Larsons just didn't have the hot hand, and they just didn't match up, at least in the early going. And he does send out the big boys. It's Wetzel, Geitman, Bereзе, McKinney, and the new hot hand Ethan Hoffman, who's suddenly Johnny on the spot for the Bronx. He's added a spark, hasn't he, Mac?
Yes, he's got 8 points in just the second half alone.
I like that.
8 big points to keep it in it.
Kelly Walsh ball inbounds from the coach's son, Rhett Roden. He's their triple shooter. Keep an eye on him, but Kelly Walsh not going to be in a hurry here to launch. Bollinger to Eager. Mason Eager watched closely by McKinney. Turnover almost. Now Duncan Gilliam with it. Gets it to Jack Nichols. Puts a stutter step on the new kid, Hoffman. And there's the turnover. Oh, yeah. Vicious defense. Rhett Roden says, my bad, as the pass to him. Roden went one way and the pass went the other. And Rhett said, my bad. I faked you out. Noah McKinney with it now. Jackson down 6. They need a bucket quick. Maybe a 3. Geitman at that far elbow. Top of the key to McKinney. McKinney watched by Roden into Wetzel. Now bounce pass to Bereze, who never looked at the bucket. Just kicked it back out to Geitman. Behind the back, McKinney saves it with Roden on him. Kelly Walsh in that 2-3 zone that's been really good and really bad. Geitman baseline, too short. Rebound,
nice.
Palmer, Wetzel the rebound. There was nobody there on Kelly Walsh. I think they were expecting that shot to draw iron, and it went right to Palmer.
Yes, and I was going to say at the beginning of the possession, Jackson doesn't need a 3. They could go for a higher percentage shot, and even though they did go for the 3, it still worked out. The 2 does work. It's still a 2-possession game, though, and Jackson still needs to go for that stop, but if they could get a stop and get a score, whether it's a 2 or a 3, I'm good for either option. You just got to get the score. Yeah, that's what matters most.
Still plenty of time in high school basketball.
Yes.
Minute 44. Jackson down 4, but it's Kelly Walsh ball. Now, what do you do if you're Elliott? There's a point in this game where you're going to have to start playing aggressive defense to the point of fouling, but you're not there yet, are you, Matt?
No, I'd say it depends on how Kelly Walsh treats this possession. Jackson still has 2 fouls to give. Kelly Walsh has 2 fouls to give. And it is a big difference that once you get in the bonus, it's 2 automatic free throws. It's not a 1-to-1 situation. That is a big factor. I think Kelly Walsh is still going to try and score. I think once you get down to a minute 20, that's when maybe Jackson should try and foul, at least the first time. If they don't get a steal within the next 20 seconds, that's my prediction.
All right, got it. Kelly Walsh sends to the floor their bigs. It's Jonah Bollinger, Mason Eager, Jack Nichols, Rhett Roden, and Duncan Gilliam. They had the ball. Jackson dialing up some full court pressure. Wetzel almost stole that. And now Kelly Walsh over the line. Nichols gets it to Bollinger, and he's way out here trying to draw Jackson out. There's Wetzel putting hands all over. He wants the foul. He finally got it. Palmer's like, what do I got to do to get one? And he grabbed a hold of Rhett Roden. And we're still not in the bonus. 4th foul. First on Wetzel, so he had one to give. That was the good news. As Roden looks to trigger in here. Wetzel on him. Gets it to Jack Nichols. Watched closely by McKinney. McKinney, we know, has those sticky hands. Pass almost got away from Gilliam. Nichols to Bollinger to a wide-open Roden, and he won't do it. And that shows you right now with the mindset of the Trojans. Roden is a 3 machine, and he passed up that shot.
Yes, and that was very smart basketball by Kelly Walsh. They wasted 34 seconds in that possession.
Yes.
That's what they wanted. And Jackson almost got the steal, though. That would have been very interesting.
Jack Nichols at the line. He's a good shooter from the field. Just a 50% free throw shooter, but he's got that one.
So he'll miss this one.
Makes it 52-47 with 1:10. 70 seconds left in this one. Second one from Nichols is good. And Kelly Walsh up 6. Nothing that 2 triples couldn't erase here as McKinney brings it up for Jackson. Jackson doesn't have a real 3 shooter on the floor, though, honestly. McKinney maybe, as here's Geitman. Geitman pulls up his dribble, hands off to Noah McKinney. Jackson can't afford to mess around here too long. Wetzel, and now we get a whistle.
Timeout.
Not a timeout, Coach Elliott. Yeah, he got tired of waiting as well.
Yes, Bronx did not take advantage of that. They wasted 17 seconds off the clock. There's down to 53 seconds left in the game. Smart for Elliott to call the timeout, and I think he's going to have to draw up a play because now at this point the Bronx have to shoot a 3.
And now if you're Coach Elliott, Mac, do you draw up a play to get an open look in the shot, and do you also work ahead and say, okay, when we make the shot, what do we do on defense? Are we going to foul? What are we going to do? Trap, press? Are you working ahead now if you're Coach Elliott?
Absolutely. You got to be if you want to keep within this game, see if they could get a steal, pull a Reggie Miller style, and tie this game.
So you got to draw something up on the whiteboard. You see Coach Elliott there, and that's going to be the shot that gets you within 1 possession. And then Elliott, just as they leave, will probably say, oh, no, by the way, here's what we want to do on defense.
Yes.
After you make this shot. 53-47 with 53 seconds to go in this one. Jackson down 6. But they cut into a double-digit lead. There was times when the Trojans looked like they were going to run away with this. But Ethan Hoffman off the bench, and others have pulled the Bronx within 2 scores. McKinney's pass is tipped and stolen by Jack Nichols, and there's the foul. Jackson had to do it. McKinney's pass off the hands. As Noah just couldn't find anybody open. That's the last thing Jackson needed. It'll send Nichols to the line. He just made 2. 5 fouls now for the Bronx, and Trojans will be going to the line from here on out. Well, Jack Nichols, ice in his veins, makes that.
The play was drawn for Ethan Hoffman because he has the hot hand. It's just Noah wasn't able to get the pass high enough, and it's a hard, high pass.
And Jack Nichols makes them both. Bronx with the ball now, 45 seconds to go in the game. Wetzel gets a screen from Berzay, puts one up from long range. Short, Geitman the rebound though. Will kicks it out. Berzay drives the lane, puts one up. That was a funky looking shot. Can't get it to go. He tried to get it under the arm of the defender, but no go. And Jack Nichols with it now for Kelly Walsh, and he's going to be harmed by somebody. Wait a minute. No, Berzay stole it. Oh, my. And now Berzay will draw the foul. I thought Jackson for sure would foul, but they tried. Jack Berzay picked up the loose ball, and then he was fouled.
That's 5 on Nichols.
Okay. That's the end of Jack's night.
And Jackson's got to get a shot off within 3 seconds if they want to.
Yeah, down to 20 seconds here. Wetzel to McKinney. He'll try from 3, just short. And the rebound is Mason Eager, and it's knocked out of his hands by Geitman, who will draw the foul. And the second worst guy to this end of the line is Mason Eager. Although, no, we're not. Yeah, it'll be Eager. And the foul is on Geitman, his second. 15 seconds, and the Trojans icing this one now. Mason Eager, their star, their leading scorer, averaging 13 a game. He's done better than that tonight. And a chance to put a nail in it. Eager is good. No Trojans in the blocks. They're all in the backcourt. No need to go after a rebound here as Eager eyes the second, and the Jackson Bronx, to a man, have that look of dejection now. Eager missed that one. And the pass, Geitman looking for McKinney, and that's knocked out of bounds by Alvar. The Trojan defense, which was stifling in the first half, had a little bit of a ripple there when Jackson went big, and they're now back to just blocking shots and passes. That shot's blocked, rebound, Gilliam, and that'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's a final here. Kelly Walsh, 56. Jackson, 47. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. 30 seconds away from the post-game show.
Cashmere, silk, down, or denim, Blue Spruce Cleaners is where you take them. We have a friendly, knowledgeable staff eager and happy to serve you in 2 locations and on the road with daily pickup and delivery service and expert tailoring on site. We offer the best in green, effective, and gentle cleaning with Green Earth Cleaning and professional laundry for your sweaters, gowns, comforters, and linens. Blue Spruce Cleaners is a recognized reduce, reuse, recycle business leader, providing green, affordable, and friendly service to our community for over 20 years. Whatever the season, whatever the reason, Blue Spruce Cleaners.
Back to wrap things up. It's a loss for the Jackson Bronx. With that loss, Jackson boys now fall to 0-8 on the season. With the win, the Kelly Walsh Trojans improved to 4-5. Jackson will stay at home tomorrow to face Natrona Mustangs, and Kelly Walsh will hit the road to Star Valley and play down in Afton. Kimmy K, you got some stats for us? Oh, sorry.
I need a mic.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get closer. All right. What's going on here? Okay. You're breathing heavy. Oh, I need my glasses back on. I can't read the phone. Sorry.
Oh, my Lanta.
Sorry. Okay.
If anyone has experience as a statistician, we're hiring.
Hey,
right,
I
just
can't
kidding.
run the camera and do stats.
I'm just
You gotta-
mad
you know, all right.
because the Bronx lost.
I know. All right.
All right.
Nine for Roden.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
9 for Nichols.
Okay.
Eager has 18.
Yeah.
Gilliam 2. Becker 6. Alvar 3. We got 6 for Atnip and 1 for Boulevard. Bollinger.
Yeah,
Bollinger.
so, I mean, really, everybody performed as they usually do. Roden got hot a little bit, Eager a little bit over his usual game total, but for the most part, we knew what Kelly Walsh would do offensively, get streaky, both cold and hot. They did. I think the surprise was how well the Trojans played that zone defense. It really gave Jackson fits at times. What are the Jackson? Oh, first let's pick our favorite guy from the Trojans. Matt, go first.
Well, I did like Jake Nichols. He's got a very smooth mid-range game. I really like he's got very creative ways to score. I remember when he was a freshman. He's been playing varsity since he was a freshman because I was a senior when he was a freshman.
Yep.
And that's when Kelly Walsh was a solid team. And not to say that they aren't a solid team. They played really well tonight, showed why they are ranked number 5. And Jack also played good, hit his threes. I think Roden was a huge difference maker. It's just their three-point shooters, whether it's 6, 9 points. Kelly Walsh has a lot of those guys that scores the points they need to score. And it was whether it was Becker or Roden. Roden I was really impressed by. Obviously, having 2 buzzer beaters in one game is impressive.
Mean, a triple can be a dagger for your opponent, but a triple at the buzzer and 2 of them, they can be killers, man. And Roden, coach's son, the junior, hit 2. He had an insane night. I like. How can you ignore Mason Eager? He had a game, and you expect Mason Eager to have a game, and he did. But I really love Jaden Becker's jump shot. That kid can spin it. Kimmy, who'd you like?
I don't know. Everybody you all said.
Everyone else?
I'd go with Nichols or Eager, actually. So.
Okay, let's see the Bronx totals. Off the bench, Ethan Hoffman lit this place up for a little bit.
He did. He's got 2 threes and a 2, so he has, 8 points?
Yeah.
Wetzel, 12. I believe.
Boy, Wetzel's his 12 had to come all in the second half, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
he had 10 of them.
Yeah, he had 2 just for the first half. Everything else was the second half. 7 for Geitman. Berzay had 6. McKinney 3. Jesse Larson 3.
Okay. Kimmy, your VIP for the Bronx.
I'm going to go Hoffman. I was impressed when he came off.
Yeah, he
and
was
I felt
fun.
like he brought some life back into the game, to
He
be
sure
honest.
did.
So I'd have to go with
that sophomore
Ethan
was
Hoffman.
fun. And that has been the role of Noah McKinney, but too many mistakes from the junior tonight to give him one. Mac, what do you say?
Well, for starters, not just one player, this whole team, this is the best balanced game I've seen from the Bronx,
Yeah.
I think, all season. Granted, I haven't watched too many games as much as I should have, but very well balanced. Aaron also had 2 points. I think Jackson had 6 or 7 scores, which you love to see if you're Matt Elliott. I really liked Jack Berzay's game, how he attacked the rim.
Yeah.
He has a very strong, very good left-handed layup take. I love it every time he drives to the left side. I know it has a very high percentage chance of going in. Even though Aaron and Jesse, they didn't play a lot, which doesn't help, but I think Aaron and Jesse, they had a solid game. Even if it wasn't a lot, they got the right shots, and those shots are going to keep falling. But in terms of the player of the game, I liked Ethan's 8 points. That was a huge momentum shift, but part of that big run was also because of Palmer. Palmer just kept going inside.
Yeah.
Had 10 points of his 12 in the second half, led the Bronx in scoring. I think it's got to be Palmer.
I got no problem with that. I'm going to ding Palmer for not showing up in the first half, though. I want 4 quarters out of my guy. But, yes, he had a whale of a second half.
Did.
The Larsons, you can't fault the Twins for being neutralized. That was kind of a coach's decision when Elliott just pivoted and said, I'm going big. No, not to say that Jesse or Aaron could have blown up in the second half. They just didn't get that chance. I love Will Geitman's game, and I think it'll even get better. But, yeah, I got to go Berzay. He showed me something. He's not normally the points guy. But that left-handed layup, I don't know how he gets it off, Mac.
Yeah. You're right. Everyone.
Well, he had more than that because there was.
No. I added that up there with him. Yeah. I switched there.
Yeah,
No, I was going to say, you're right. Everyone that was out there pretty much scored.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I forgot Chapman and Aaron did score as well. So, yeah, everyone got some points.
Awesome.
So.
Well, it's unfortunately 2 L's, both girls and boys, for us here against Kelly Walsh. Hope for better things tomorrow. We'll be on the air with that one against Natrona. I'm not sure when that game starts. I can't think that far ahead. Kelly Walsh wins the final here in the boys, 56-47. We'll be back on Jackson Hole Radio tomorrow with more action. Jackson, Natrona right here with more basketball. Thanks to Mac Fairbairn for joining us, color analyst. Kimmy K doing some stats, sort of. And and my lousy camera work and talking.
I was doing so great too. Man.
I know. We're gonna have to step up our game, just like the Jackson Bronx. That'll do it for us tonight. Have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow.